Okay.
BNC has been here for over 25 years.
We're still a community bank that's there for you.
When you come in with your business plan, your vision, your idea, we can make it a reality.
I love seeing projects come alive for our clients.
We're real people helping real people.
We know you, and we're always happy to see you.
We build relationships.
You're part of the BNC family.
We are part of the community.
It's what we're built on.
Yours truly, BNC.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
You remember where this goes?
I don't know.
Are you sure it was a clicking and not a zoom, zoom?
I think your quash litter valve's stuck.
Do you even have insurance? If we soak it, it should be good.
No matter how much you know or don't know about your vehicle, trust the experts at Tires Plus. Real answers from real mechanics.
Inspections are free to ensure your vehicle is always in peak condition.
Thinking service? Think Tires Plus.
Hi, I'm Agent Simon Irv Pro with CRSF. What is CRSF? We're the Cleanup and Restoration Special Forces.
Hoorah!
We're ServPro's first responders to your property's disaster.
Admit it, you're no good at handling disaster alone.
Like when you got dumped in high school by Janet Fillmore. She married three-time world champion yodeler Jovan Bovic. With the Janet disaster, you didn't have a team. Now, you have a team. Elite ServPro operatives, highly trained in disaster cleanup and restoration. If it's fire damage, Agent Fred Iyer. From burnt to unburnt, he does that. But oh wait, it's water. Boom, Agent Winston Otter. He's been called the human sponge. But Simon, what about mold? Agent Marlon Old. He holds the world record for fastest mold remediation. And finally, Agent Smith. He's in charge of restoring your property to its original state. So if you sprung a leak, lit your curtains on fire, or your insulation looks like week old bagels, call ServPro.
At Schatz Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day. So you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden French fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak. Or can you? Schatz Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.
This is gonna be the best day ever. You got me looking so fresh. I can't get no better. Baby, I'm a T-Rex, ready to rumble, ready to flex. I'm the king of the jungle. Gonna be the best.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
Getting that perfect slice is satisfying, fulfilling, and rewarding too. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Slice to order makes a sub above.
There was the scene about 45 minutes ago here in New Salem as the North Prairie Cougars have made their way to New Salem to square off today against the New Salem-Almont Holsteins in a 9B semifinal matchup. 2 undefeated teams going toe-to-toe with a berth at the Dakota Bowl available for one of these teams next week. And here we are live in our PSP Network broadcast booth. Todd Domrys alongside Chuck Claremont as we get set for number 2, New Salem-Almont, the Holsteins, and number 5, North Prairie, the Cougars. They were 2-3 when the QRF rankings came out, 2-5 in the final Sportscasters and Sports Writers poll. But, Chuck, 2 undefeated teams, just like it should be. All 4 semifinalists undefeated. A great semifinal round here in Class B 9-man football.
Yeah, 9-man is the one thing. There haven't been upsets. It's been pretty straightforward with 1 through 4 teams in the semis that are remaining, including LLM, Lemoore, Litchfield, Merrimont, and Marion, and also Cavaliers. So ultimately this 9B is kind of following along as how it's supposed to be, but some of the other ones haven't. You got Century, 8 seed playing in the state championship. So looking at this and prepping for this game, TD, just 2 solid football teams, and playing in November in this type of weather is exactly what you expect in North Dakota. Cool, a little bit of wind, lots of hats, lots of heavy coats, lots of Sorel boots, and thankfully we're inside with heater today.
We got a little buddy heater going right below us. As you see the flip occurring on the field as we speak here, as North Prairie won the toss. They deferred. New Salem-Almont will have the football first. And let's take a look as we have a moment here at the 9B bracket. So New Salem-Almont picked up wins in the playoffs against Hettinger County and Grant County Flashers last week in the quarters. And North Prairie defeated North Border and West Hope Newburgh Glenburn. And so that sets up the Holsteins and the Cougars today on the other side of the bracket, as Chuck mentioned. Lemoore, Litchfield, Marion, the number 1 seed taking on Cavalier, a rematch of last year's 9-man championship game. So there's 4 really, really good football teams still standing in the 9B bracket. And Chuck, I don't know how many passes. I'm going to give you an over-under of 12 passes today attempted in today's game. Combined between 2 teams. Are you taking the over or are you taking the under?
Oh, boy. I'm going to go over. I think it's going to be maybe 15. I think they're going to have to, especially when you got the wind. We got a wind coming about 15 to 20 miles an hour straight up the field from south to north. And I feel like if you've got the wind, there might be an opportunity for some team to do something. Just because they're so run-oriented, both these 2 teams, you're talking 80+% of the times, whether it's and closer to 85 to 89, even when you're looking at North Prairie in terms of how many times they run versus pass. I think we looked at the stats. It was 5 times a game average. They've only thrown the ball 50 times. Think about that. Shanley last week threw it 49 times in the quarterfinals of AA.
And these teams, they don't chuck it up a lot. So we will see a lot of running clock today. Should be a very hard smash mouth type football type of game, and it'll be fun to watch for all of you tuning in on the PSP Network today. We'll take a timeout as our Shields pregame rolls on. Shields offers clothing, footwear, and gear for all your passions from fishing to fashion. They're dedicated to bringing you the best retail experience. We'll dig into the matchup. We'll preview the North Prairie Cougars and what makes these Cougars tick when we come back after this break on the PSP Network.
This broadcast on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by business or your home, across the town or across the country. We know it can be stressful. To ensure your possessions arrive on time, intact, and on budget, make your move with Jobbers Moving and Storage. Jobbers can help you with every aspect of your move. With our efficient step-by-step approach to move management, we can tailor a plan to suit your needs and schedule. With locations in Bismarck, Fargo, Minot, and Aberdeen, Jobbers Moving and Storage is your choice. Visit jobberswarehouse.com. It's Jobbers Moving and Storage.
Wondering whether you need wealth management? Wealth management is a multifaceted offering. that should provide opportunities for growth and security. At BNC National Bank, we pride ourselves on putting your priorities first and providing practical, objective financial advice. Our team can help you assess your goals and take stock of your assets to determine whether wealth management is right for you. Speak to a member of our team today to learn more.
Here's a scene about 20 minutes ago. It's a scene probably don't see anyplace else in North Dakota. Here comes the Holsteins right out of the cattle trailer, as they always do on their home field here in New Salem-Almont. They get that thing rocking, Chuck, and then they're like, what time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. And then they come chucking right out of that cattle trailer. It is an awesome scene.
I wasn't paying attention when it came in or when they started rocking, but our crowd mic was on, and you could clearly hear them rocking and stamping in that cattle trailer. And I was watching the North Prairie team. They all looked over when they came in. They didn't ignore it, and that's the whole purpose behind it, right, where you make this entrance, and hopefully from there you can continue that type of entrance into the game.
And this is our third week here as the PSP Network has been on board for New Salem-Almont, the Holsteins' 3 playoff games, 2 wins up to this point, and now in the semifinals, and it's been fun. What I get a kick out of is they get this nice shined-up black 1-ton dually that's pulling that cattle trailer, and they pull it up real slow right by the opposing team, and they're all hooting and hollering in that cattle trailer. And so it is definitely, they're looking to do so. There you see it right there. There's the 1-ton dually with the cattle trailer. They just leave it parked there, right, for everybody to see. So Johnny on the spot is our camera operator today, John Samuelson, as Todd Darmish, Chuck Claremont back in the PSP Network broadcast booth as we get set for New Salem-Almont, the Holsteins, and the North Prairie Cougars, both teams undefeated, 10-0 on the season. And these two teams will do battle today for a berth in the Dakota Bowl next Friday. We're back in our Shields pregame show. You can shop sporting goods, hunting, and fishing gear, clothing, and more at Shields of Minot and Bismarck. We'll hold the preview for the North Prairie Cougars for just a second. Chuck, let's talk about New Salem. They've been on quite a run. I mean, this has been a team that has had a lot of success the last few years. Made a Dakota Bowl appearance, still looking for a state title that's been elusive for them, but this has been a good team that Steve Kleingen has brought to the field for the last about decade or so. Yeah, just the one title back in 1986. It was pre-Dakota Bowl, and Troy Kleingen, the younger brother of Steve, he was the quarterback at the time. If Woody's listening, he cringes because Kleingen hit a home run off of Woody back in the day. He won't let him forget it. But ultimately, that's the one championship that they have won in pre-Dakota Bowl, and so they're looking to get back there. And they've had some solid football teams along the way, Todd, as you mentioned, the semifinals, and them getting into it. And they're just led by a bunch of great seniors. And the quarterback, Ty Wolding, we're talking tough kids, great wrestlers. Wolding, he's a kid that's throwing the ball. They don't throw the ball a lot, but about 70 times for the entire season they've thrown it. But when he's been successful. He's got 10 touchdowns. He's got just 3 interceptions. And then he is a hard-nosed runner. He's ran for over 600 yards already in the season. But really, the guy that's going, it's that sophomore, Todd. It's Brock Norton. This guy's a dude. He's ran for over 100 yards in all but one football game this season. And that was the first game of the year. Actually, he has a couple, but he has 1,430 yards, 21 touchdowns. And when you got him running, you got Wolding running, and then they throw in Ethan Meyer, their junior running back. He's got over 500 yards. So, I mean, they're just a solid football team. And then, of course, you can't talk about New Salem unless you're talking about A.J. Hines. You got an all-stater, 2-time heavyweight champ, and this guy's an absolute dude. And the part that I love the most of him, your interview with him last week, I thought you just hand the mic over and walk back upstairs and say, hey, just keep it. He was so well-spoken and just so insightful in terms of his comments. So he's a tough, hard-nosed kid, but he's a very, very intelligent kid as well. Yeah, indeed, and they're very good up front. Levi Becker, Alex Pittman, A.J. Hines are very formidable in the trenches. And then when you throw in a runner like Brock Norton, Ethan Meyer, and Ty Wolding, the quarterback, who can run and throw it. And so New Salem's been tough to deal with as they've gotten through the playoffs, as they defeated Hettinger County in the opening round 42-6, and then last week taking care of Grant County Flasher 30-22. So it's been a good run for the Holsteins, looking to get back to the Dakota Bowl for the first time since 2018 when they lost to Thompson in the Dakota Bowl. Take a time out. Our Shields pregame rolls on, and when we come back, we will preview and highlight some of the particulars for the North Prairie Cougars and their head coach, Josh Keller. More after this timeout on the PSP Network.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
And finally, Agent Smith. He's in charge of restoring your property to its original state.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA and SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors, LLC and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
Ackerman Esvold, your neighbors, friends, and family who are working for you. The local team with local availability and accountability. For all of your engineering, architecture, environmental, transportation, and land development needs, your project can rely on Ackerman Esvold. Find them online at ackermanesvold.com. When you start your project, talk with Ackerman Surveying and Associates. Our experienced surveying team guides you in the right direction with planning, platting, and lot and boundary surveys. The trusted name in land surveying, the trusted name in architecture and engineering is Ackerman Surveying and Ackerman Esvold. Find them at ackermanesvold.com.
Todd Darmrich, Chuck Claremont, John Samuelson back in New Salem. Gaby Field is the location today as we get set for New Salem-Almont, the Holsteins, and North Prairie, the Cougars. Both teams 10-0 on the season, looking to get to the Dakota Bowl next week. North Prairie, we talked about New Salem-Almont being hard-nosed and a smash-mouth type of team. I guess you can just say ditto for the North Prairie Cougars, as they've been impressive, and they are a physical football team. They've won their 2 games in the playoffs so far, 44-12 over North Border and 46-20 over West Hope Newburgh Glenburn. And I tell you what, Chuck, there's so many similarities between these teams, and good quarterback, good runner, good guys up front. I mean, what we just said for New Salem is just change the names and kind of replace the Cougars with it.
That's absolutely what it is. When you got a quarterback in Nick Mears and a running back in Blake Madsen, both guys over 1,600 yards rushing. That's crazy. Mears has 29 touchdowns. Madsen has 20 on the ground. And they do not throw the ball. We mentioned just the 50 times in the season. So I think this, from a statistical standpoint, you look at it, the rushing for New Salem, they've got 312 yards a game. Hey, North Prairie, 443. That is absolutely crazy to be able to rush the ball with that many yards a game. It just shows how dominant that offensive line has been, opening up holes for the quarterback and the running back. And they're almost 90-10 in terms of how much they rush in terms of plays and yardage, and it just shows that that this win probably isn't going to make a difference for either one of these two teams, because it's going to be, they're just going to, hey, line it up, put the football down, put your eye black on if you need it today, and buckle up that chin strap, because there's going to be a lot of hard hitting. And North Prairie, they got the one lineman that you got to talk about, Todd. Nate Tosted, he's a 6'5", 260-pound junior. He's got an offer already from NDSU. He's visiting Kansas State. He's visiting the Gophers, UND. Who am I missing?
Yeah, I mean, that's a plenty right there.
And he's a junior, right? So he's ultimately it's a kid that the matchup between him and A.J. Hines is going to be big tonight. This afternoon, I guess it isn't tonight. It's this afternoon.
Yeah, and then we talked about that kind of front three for New Salem-Almont is really good. You got Isaac Herbal, Nate Tostad, and Elijah Laframboise. And this is going to be a battle as we jump right into our keys to the game. somebody is going to establish the line of scrimmage, and whoever does today is going to have a distinct advantage in this football game. This game, make no doubt about it, will be won in the trenches.
It'll be a battle in trenches without a doubt, and that's a part that we're going to be keeping a close eye on. I know that's a part that I really try to focus in on for me today, and with just as 9-man, hey, you got less guys I get to watch. I have to watch, and it's going to be a lot of holes and a lot of smash mouth football going on, so it'll be fun to watch, hopefully, and surely fun to call.
Yeah, and both teams, it's going to be the best lines that the other team sees all year, and both teams want to run the ball. It's two immovable forces that are going to meet today, and somebody's going to have an advantage. As those starting lineups are being introduced right now, you see the Cougars running out of their lineup. Here's that Cougar defensive unit as Cole Henderson, Nate Tostad, Elijah Laframboise, and Isaac Herbal up front. Casavant is a linebacker along with Haviland DeLong and Nicholas Mears. And Blake Matson are your corners, and Mitchell Lees is your starting safety for Josh Keller in his 5th season for North Prairie. And, it's a defense that does a number. I mean, for North Prairie, just giving up 15 points a game. They put up 47 a game, as you said, and the one thing that jumps off the page a little bit for me, though, is they do give up 206 yards of rushing a game, does North Prairie.
Yeah, and sometimes that can be misleading. If you got big leads through 3 quarters or whatever, and you bring your subs in, and now you give up 100 yards in the 4th quarter, that could be misleading. But you look at it from just a statistical standpoint, Todd, giving up over 200 yards pass or rushing and almost 100 yards passing. That's 300 yards. So that's a lot of yards. And right now, you take a look at New Salem, they probably look at that and go, okay, maybe they found some things on tape that they can try to utilize against North Prairie today.
North Prairie won the toss, they deferred, and so the New Salem starting offense is being introduced. Here is a look at that starting offense as got Wyatt Kuhn as a wide receiver, Levi Becker, Alex Pittman, A.J. Hines up front, Maverick Nelson's more of a blocking tight end, Kane Grinsteiner, the diminutive one, is a wide receiver, and then the backfield, Ethan Meyer, Brock Norton is up over 1,000 yards again rushing, and then a two-way runner and thrower, Ty Wolding, as a quarterback for their 26th-year head coach, Steve Kleingen.
Well, one thing I come to mind standing in this field where I'm standing right now watching, all I can think about is in that corner of the end zone when Cavalier got that 2-point conversion that just absolutely ripped the hearts right out of New Salem in overtime to beat them last year in the semifinals. They don't want that to happen today.
North Prairie looking to get back to the Dakota Bowl for the first time since 2015 when they lost to Richland. And New Salem trying to get there, as we said, back since the first time since 2018. And New Salem's been to the semifinals 5 of the last 7 years. So we'll get this one started in just a moment. This is our national anthem break. When we come back, the Cougars and the Holsteins after this timeout on the PSP Network.
Every 10 minutes, 3 people in the United States will die from a preventable incident. More people are dying on our roadways and in their homes than ever before, but that's where the North Dakota Safety Council can help. Safety is our mission, from the workplace to any place. We're a private nonprofit that offers more than 150 training courses that are dynamic, hands-on, and effective. From CPR and first aid to driver safety and even workplace violence preparedness, we want to make sure your loved ones come home safe each night. Go to ndsc.org to see how together we can make a difference.
What you're witnessing actually happens. This is a sad story about bad math.
Bad math?
Does your online company include mounting?
You can't beat the online pricing.
When you add the mounting, the shipping, and all the extras, it's just simple math. We guarantee the lowest prices. Our Plus plan is simply better, a less expensive way to buy tires. Thinking tires? Think Tires Plus.
This broadcast on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by
You ready for some football? We sure are on the PSP Network. Pleased to bring you this 9-man semifinal matchup from New Salem today. New Salem-Almont, the Holsteins, and the North Prairie Cougars, both undefeated. Our officiating crew today is a Dickinson-based crew. Todd Fisher is your referee, Fern Moser, the umpire, Brent Wolf is the head linesman, Keith Schwint, the line judge, and Dan Pender is the back judge. Justin Hudson will kick off.
That's one of the keys, too, with this hard wind, TD. Not just punting, but snapping the football against that wind. I was watching how big of a difference it made. So
deep end over end kick is going to sail over the head of Ethan Meyer, and it's going to go into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. As right off the get-go, you see that wind at the back of the Cougars, and here comes that New Salem-Almont Holstein offense. As you said, Chuck, keynoted by their quarterback, Ty Wolding, the senior, 680 yards rushing, throwing the football, and 636 yards rushing the football, so about 1,400 yards of offense for Ty Wolding. Brock Norton with 21 touchdowns and 1,400 yards is the tailback. And New Salem-Almont will come out with one receiver to either side, and Norton and Wolding in the backfield. North Prairie with a four-man front. It's going to be a keep for Wolding. Nice hole up the middle, and he gashes the Cougar defense near a first down out to the 28-yard line. Give Wolding 8 on first down.
Yeah, that fake handoff to Brock Norton, and he caught that linebacker, was flown to the outside, opened up a huge hole in the middle. Wolding just stuck his head down and picked up nice 8 yards in that first down. That's the way you start a football game right there.
The stick by Nicholas Mears from his corner position. That'll be big. If you're seeing corners and safeties making tackles for either of these teams, that's going to not be a good sign. 2nd and 2 for New Salem-Almont, just underway from their own 28. This time they'll hand it off, and a big hole for Brock Norton. Scoots past the 35, out to the 38, pushes a pile out close to the 39. The pile's still going. It's a rugby scrum. Out to the 40. And that'll get the Holstein crowd fired up here as New Salem has a first down moving into the wind.
Well, Brock Norton at 5'11", 180, he's put some weight on, TD. You can tell about 15, 20 pounds from last year, and boy, he showed his strength in his legs right there. He would not go down, got about 5 more yards after he was initially stopped. So Norton starts out with a big run. First it's Wolding, now it's Norton. Setting the tempo early is the line for the New Salem Holsteins.
Just 1 minute into the contest on your BNC Bank scoreboard. New Salem-Almont out of the gun, 1st and 10 from their 40-yard line. Wolding has the snap back, and it's a keeper for Wolding off the right side, and this time he is sandwiched and brought down. First guy to put a hat on him there was Havlin DeLong.
Yeah, Havlin DeLong, the linebacker, he stepped up that time. He didn't flow to the outside, went down low, grabbed the leg of Wolding, single leg takedown, brought him down.
Well, and DeLong is a wrestler, is a young man that was a 6th-place finisher last year at 126 for North Prairie Wrestling.
Yeah, lots of solid wrestlers on both sides. As a matter of fact, New Salem, they got second in the team competition in the state wrestling tournament last year, the duels.
Just about upended Lisbon for the state title. 2nd and 8 after a 2-yard gain. And here comes a snap and a handoff. Not a handoff, just a wildcat run there for Brock Norton, and he's got about 4. Mark him down at the 45-yard line. Brock Norton got behind A.J. Hines there and makes this 3rd down and about 5 now for New Salem.
You know, so interesting about that play that is you got a quarterback in Wolding. He turns blocker a lot, and he is not afraid to stick his head in there. Obviously, he's a middle linebacker too, so you're not hiding your quarterback, you know, and worried about him getting hurt.
Got 2 false starts last week, putting people in the crosshairs and wanting to get a block on them. All right, now you got bunch receivers to the right, 1 receiver to the left, Wolding out of the gun. Now they'll motion Norton, and they'll toss it to him on a wide side run. Can he get to the edge? He does. First down to the 50. 45, pushed out of bounds in Cougar territory. Not out of bounds. They mark him down at the 41-yard line. Nice pickup, nice play, nice call. And the Holsteins are on the move here early.
Well, actually, that turns out to be a forward pass as Wolding just kind of tossed it in front of him to Brock Norton. He picked it up, turned to the right side, got a nice hook block by that tight end, and then he showed his speed as he got to the outside and picked up 13 yards in that pass play.
Yeah, Wyatt Kuhn had the edge set there for New Salem-Almont. Now they set up the same formation. Meyer and Wolding, and now they'll motion Norton again. This time they're going to fake it to him, and Wolding right up the gut where he likes to run it between the tackles. Good gain for New Salem as Wolding is busted down at the 33-yard line. Getting in there was LaFramboise for North Prairie.
What I keyed in and that time was a line, and boy, what a block by Hines. He flip-flops back and forth. We have him listed at right guard, but he goes right guard side or left side. And when he gets a double-team block, he steps down. There is movement on that double-team block before he gets to the second level.
He's lined up against Tosted right now. 2nd down and 3 after a gain of 7 for Wolding on 1st down. This time they'll hand it off Norton, left side run, and the hole closes pretty quickly, but I think Norton's going to have a 1st down to the 30. Isaac Herbel was there to jackknife him down for North Prairie.
Handoff going to that left side. Again, I'm watching Wyatt Kuhn. He is doing a really good job of blocking. 6'4", 190 pound, just a sophomore, but he's a big, strong kid as he walled off the defensive end and had a nice lane for Norton to run through.
Now, once again, our thanks to Shields for bringing our pregame. They offer clothing, footwear, and gear for all your passions, from fishing to fashion. This is a drive just like A.J. Hines likes it. He likes to just nickel and dime it down the field, he said. 1st and 10 for New Salem from the Cougar 30. They'll hand it off Ethan Meyer. Tries a left side run, and it closes quickly. But you say that, but he still picks up 5 on 1st down, and that'll put New Salem in system here now as they get 3, 4, 5 yards of crack.
Yeah, big battle that time you mentioned that between Tosted and Hines. They basically stalemated, but they were tied up and allowed Norton to slip off that the left side of Hines and picked up, as you mentioned, hey, when you're picking up 4 or 5 yards on 1st down, that is exactly according to plan if you're head coach Kleingen.
Time-consuming drive here as New Salem has chewed up 5 minutes in the clock here in the 1st quarter. They have it 2nd and 5 from the Cougar 25. Here comes Norton, student body right for the Holsteins, and he only has a couple before DeLong rips him down after a gain of 1.
Yeah, nice job of DeLong. He came up in the hole and shed his blocker. Just 5'7", 150. Obviously, it's not hard for him to get low as he went down and shed the blocker and grabbed a hold of Norton. Was it Norton, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and brought him down. I see sometimes they have Meyer lined up next to him, too. They haven't had 2-back set. That was the first time I saw a 2-back set.
Yeah, before everybody gets in their stance, you look out there and you see DeLong, you can barely see him. He hides amongst all those trees that the Cougars have on defense. 3rd and 4. They fake it right. They go left, and Meyer is hit hard.
And that's
knocked down.
And it was DeLong again, TD, where he just filled the hole. He read it perfectly. It was almost like he was going to do a run blitz because he walked up to the line of scrimmage and was right in that A gap on the left side, and he hit Ethan Meyer. That's a good matchup, though. Both guys are 150 pounds. One goes 5'7", one goes 5'8", and he totally stalemated him right at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play and sets up a 4th down and now 5. Might have even been a loss of 1.
Yeah.
And what do we get now? Do we get
something else? He's taking him out. Oh, he's bleeding. Oh, that hurts because obviously you got, or maybe they're going to give him a second to wrap it up. How much time does he get before he has to come out?
Now, while we get a second, we can tell you that today's game brought to you in part by Planet Pizza. And now, Planet Pizza, you can get that 30-inch galactic pizza that's out of this world. Call and order now, 852-1700. But first, it's a Hub International Insurance timeout on the field. Contact Hub International Insurance today for all your personal and business insurance needs. 4th down try upcoming for New Salem when we come back. No score on your BNC Bank scoreboard. 1st quarter, 9B. Semifinal matchup here from New Salem.
All right, bring it up. Come on. Someone's got to call a play. All right, let's go. I right, zoom, spider 2, Y banana. You don't like that one? Okay. I right, 40 power? No. Don't want that one either? All right, go kick off. Get out of here. Let's go.
First Western is your independent community bank with all the online conveniences you want and an experienced team you can count on.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
Well, they got Wyatt Kuhn taped up, and here we go. 4th and 5. Be a few 4th down attempts today, I have a feeling. Snap back. Wolding is going to throw a middle screen. And they got it blocked nicely. Kuhn right down Broadway. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown! 25-yard gallop for Wyatt Kuhn. How about the setup for the Holsteins?
What a call. Brock Norton came out of the backfield. They faked it to him. He flooded to that left side in the flat. Everybody went to him. Somehow Wyatt Kuhn, good thing they taped him up and brought him back in because he acted like he was going to be a blocker on that left side. Then he slipped into the middle and caught the football from a great pass from Olding, and there was nobody catching the big horse as Wyatt Kuhn galloped 25 yards untouched into the end zone.
Well, that's an 80-yard touchdown drive that eclipses 6 minutes and 21 seconds. Neither of these teams will kick. They will go for two the entire contest. So here's your two-point conversion. Norton flanking Wolding. Wolding back to pass. They look on a out pattern. Kuhn has it. What a catch, one-handed. And he eclipses the line to gain touchdown. No, not a touchdown, but a two-point successful conversion there. What a catch by Kuhn.
Great throw to the outside. Picked up that big right mitt, grabbed a hold of it, and brought it in one-handed.
8-0 on your BNC Bank scoreboard, and we'll take a touchdown timeout on the PSP network. 5:39 to play, first quarter. First look at that North Prairie offense when we come back.
At Schatz Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day. So you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden French fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak. Or can you? Schatz Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.
Well, you're in Holstein territory. They even got hay bales dressed up as Holstein cows here in New Salem. How about the finish to that drive right there for the Holsteins? Wyatt Kuhn, injured, gets taped up, comes back, catches a touchdown pass, and then catches a two-point conversion from the quarterback, Ty Wolding. Kickoff is squibbed, and it's going to come down and get into the hands of Nick Mears, and he doesn't get much. Tried a wide side return, and he's knocked down the special teams there by Will Mossbrucker of New Salem-Almont.
Yeah, it went down low. Cut the legs right up from underneath.
Here's your North Prairie offense. Roskinski, Cassavant, I beg your pardon. Herbal, Tosted, LaFramboise, Henderson, Lees, Matson, and Mears for North Prairie. 1st and 10 for the Cougars from the 33, and they'll option it. Pitch it out. Here comes Blake Matson. He's got room. 40, 45, cut back, and he's going to be gang tackled there. Ty Wolding brings him down at the 47-yard line, but that's a quick 14 for North Prairie as they got to the edge.
Yeah, just an option play. Good call by the quarterback as he read that defensive end. Once he got in his face, he pitched it out to Blake Matson, and they got a great block on the perimeter by the wide receiver, and then allowed him to pick up another, 7 or 8 yards. Good start for the North Prairie offense.
We'll get you that New Salem starting defense after this snap is 8-0 on your BNC Bank scoreboard. New Salem-Almont has the lead. Lee's in motion. They'll hand it off to him on a wide side jet sweep. And he cuts it up. Not much. Got cut down there by Wyatt Kuhn and also Levi Becker there to finish him off.
Yeah, Kuhn has stepped up, as you mentioned, Todd. From his linebacker spot, he turned him in. I got a piece of the leg of Lease, but then right there to clean things up was big Levi Becker.
Here's that New Salem defense. You got Pittman, Hines, Becker, and Norton up front. Meyer, Wolding, and Kuhn on your linebackers. Tellman, Grinsteiner man the secondary. 2nd down and 9. Out of the gun is Mears, and he keeps it. Gets a couple yards off the right side. Is going to be swallowed up there by A.J. Hines.
I tried to go over LaFramboise and Cole Henderson, but Hines stuffed that hole, but good lean forward by Mears, the quarterback. Was it Mears?
Yep.
Yeah. 4 and 7. I do like where the position in the cockpit is here, the TD, that we have it's a bird's eye. I got my suspenders on, my binoculars, but you see these numbers pretty well.
3rd down and 7 for the Cougars from the Holstein 47-yard line. Mears tried to get him to jump. They didn't. They fake it to Matson. Mears is going to keep it, and he's got a hole. 40, sprinting to the 30, and he is gone. 10-5 touchdown. 47 yards, Nick Mears to the house.
And that's one thing that this Cougar team, they're so electric in terms of some of these big runs. They've had 50 runs of 20 yards or more during the season, and that was another big one. Great blocking at the point of attack, and once he bounced to the outside, he showed his speed as he ran away from the defender in a big 47-yard touchdown run to answer the drive of the Holsteins.
Yeah, make it 51-yard or carries of 20 or more yards.
Yep.
Mears takes that one 47 yards. Now an eye backfield behind Mears on the two-point conversion attempt for North Prairie. They fake it. Mears on a little bootleg, and he's got blockers. Oh, how about the pancake by Tosted? But Mears does not get into the end zone. He's denied on a hit there by Ethan Meyer. Those two-point conversions, I feel, are going to be important today as well. 3:31 to play. Could be a shootout. These two teams both average 40-some points a game. And we have 3:31 to play in the first quarter. We'll take a touchdown timeout. 8-6, New Salem-Almont on top here on the PSP Network.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
Well, nice answer there by North Prairie as they cut into that New Salem-Almont lead. We can tell you that today's game on the PSP Network brought to you by Roger Ward Moving and Storage. Proudly helping the region with their moving and storage needs since 1942. You can find them online at Roger Ward Moving and Storage. Also brought to you by the UPS store in South Broadway, located in the Marketplace Foods Plaza. Kickoff taken by Ethan Meyer, spins away from one tackle, gets out to the 30, make it the 32-yard line, and that's where the Holsteins will start their second possession of the contest.
That drive, TD went 67 yards, 4 plays, 2 minutes and 15 seconds, and they got 1 first down along the way before that 47-yard run by Mears.
Today's game also brought to you in part by Jersey Mike's. Make sure to vote for this week's Jersey Mike's Player of the Week on the PSP Network Facebook page. Jersey Mike's is a sub above.
All zeros up in Beulah, TD, after the first quarter.
Meyer and Grinsteiner wide to the right. They'll split out wide to the field. Wolding with Norton flanking him. Norton trying to get a block for Wolding, and he doesn't get much. Maybe got a yard, and there's Haviland DeLong again as that young man is racking up tackles.
Yeah, he is just filling the hole. I mean, some people just get it, right? They understand the whole complexity of defense holes, where to be a point of attack, and I'm watching him right now, and he's doing a really good job of reading things. That's why they got him there, just a junior linebacker at 5'7", but, man, he is playing much bigger than that.
And it's a credit to those guys up front. They're eating up blocks, and DeLong is just running and making tackles right now from his linebacker spot. 2nd down and 9. Handoff, Norton slips one tackle. Ooh, and he had a seam. Boy, he's hard running, but maybe only gets a couple yards there before he's tripped up by the corner, Blake Matson.
Yeah, he almost ran through that arm tackle too. It takes a couple to pull him down. He's just got such a low center of gravity and strong lower base. But good job filling that hole by the cornerback Matson.
Alex Brandt will bring the play in for New Salem. And they'll bring Ethan Meyer out as you got a wide receiver to the left, a couple bunch tight ends to the right. Wolding has Norton in motion. They'll fake it to him, looking down the middle. Oh, they got Brandt wide open, but they throw it underneath to Kuhn for a first down. They had Alex Brandt for a touchdown if Wolding would have wanted it, but he's going to 3 right now. Wyatt Kuhn for a first down.
Yeah, they faked that kind of jet, not really a sweep, but a jet kind of pass with Brock Norton that they had such good success on in that first drive. And then they found Kuhn. You're right, they had Brandt wide open across the top, but the quarterback Wolding, I think his favorite receiver is number 3, Wyatt Kuhn. So he was pretty much locked in on Kuhn, and when he was open, that's where he was going.
Yeah, why not, though? I mean, the 3rd and 4th down conversions for the Holsteins right now are working.
That's 3 passes. That's 4 short of their average already in the first and the second drive, TD.
Jarrett Sanders comes in, replacing Wyatt Kuhn for just a moment as he's getting a new helmet, it looks like. Norton in motion. They fake it to him. Oh, now the ball is loose, and it's going to be picked up. No, it's going to be an incomplete pass. I beg your pardon.
Yeah, as he tried to pass it forward to Brandt, as Brandt was coming from right to left. And I don't know if Brandt was expecting it or what happened. He said somebody right in the backfield. I think that was Cassavan who was in the backfield to kind of mess that up.
You know, something was going on there where somebody didn't have the right assignment.
Yeah.
As
Put that one back in the books, Coach Kleingen. All right, I'm going to cross that one off on my play sheet.
2nd and 10. Tight end to the right is Maverick Nelson. Couple backs flanking Ty Wolding. They hand it off Norton. Right up the middle. Cuts it back to his left. Going to be grabbed onto and hog-tied down by Nicholas Mears, the corner, after a pickup of about 4 yards. Maybe make it 3.
Yeah, one thing that Norton does so well, too, is he just kind of gets in there and just bursts through the hole when he needs to, but then he picks and chooses the way and weaves his way. That's what he did that time, is a little more deliberate in how he ran it. But as you mentioned, Steve, he still effectively picked up 4 yards.
Well, here's another 3rd down and 7 for the Holsteins here in the waning seconds of the first quarter. Holsteins lead it by 2, and they're at the North Prairie 48-yard line. Wolding, snap is back. Looking. Now he's going to have to tuck it. Still scrambling. And now he's going to throw it late and almost intercepted. He was looking for Brock Norton right at midfield. I don't think he'd had a chance to get a first down, but good discipline by Cole Henderson to stick with Norton and plaster him in coverage, and now it's 4th down for the Holsteins.
Yeah, as a defensive end, that was his role. Kind of stayed. He didn't rush. He stayed right in the line of scrimmage, and he had that underneath coverage, and, boy, he almost intercepted that one. That's a big one, too. The clock stopped with that pass play, so now they got to punt into the wind, TD.
Wolding will punt it away. It's a high, booming kick. Mears is going to let it bounce. And it's a bit of a Holstein roll as it's rolling down to the 15 and now marked down officially at the 14-yard line with 8.5 seconds to play in the first quarter.
That's a decent punt, 34 yards into a strong wind.
Yeah, Wolding's got a good leg. Even on the kickoffs, with not much wind in previous weeks, he was pretty much knocking them into the end zone for touchbacks. So, well, here comes North Prairie.
You got eight seconds. Do you use the wind, TD, before you turn it? Do you try to go deep on this first play?
Well, I know one thing. You better guard the quarterback because he's got 2 touchdown catches. So they like to throw the ball with other guys other than Nicholas Mears sometimes. Instead, they'll hand it off, straight ahead run, and there goes the tailback, Blake Matson. He's wrapped up there by A.J. Hines, and that will be the way the first quarter goes into the books. A good one brewing here from New Salem today as the New Salem-Almont Holsteins lead at 8-6 over North Prairie at the end of the first quarter here in the 9B playoffs. We're back after this break on the PSP Network.
You have built an amazing life by working hard and doing your job well. Delivering financial advice is what we do well. At Ameriprise Financial, our job is to use our skills, experience, and research to help you become more successful in today's economy. What we want you to walk away from each encounter with is satisfaction in knowing that together, we've done what we can to help you work toward a better future.
This broadcast on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by
All right, here we go, 12 minutes on the scoreboard. Second quarter action from the 9B playoffs as we turn the sides of the field. 2nd and 8 for the Cougars from their 18-yard line. Straight ahead run. As there goes Nick Mears. Right between the tackles. Gets a couple, and Levi Becker is there to slam him down.
Yeah, he stepped in, went right against Laframboise, that right guard. Stood him up, shed him, filled the hole and pulled down the quarterback. Short gain.
That's Nick Mears. He said, I love calling quarterback sneaks. He gets behind Tosted, and he says, I usually get about 8 yards. Well, he's going to need 6 here if he decides to run it. It's 3rd and 5 for North Prairie. From their own 19-yard line, they got to get about to the 25 for a first down. Mears gets a single now as Matson flanking him. One receiver to the right and left. Wolding's coming on a blitz. Mears keeps it, and he is stood up. Stacked up. He had him wrapped up. Forward progress. Marked out to the 15-yard line, or the 20-yard line, I beg your pardon. Alex Pittman was the first guy there to hem him in.
Yeah, he made a great play as they had Tosted pulling, actually. He pulled, and right there was Becker, or Pittman, who met him right at the line of scrimmage, pushed him back, and then allowed Wyatt Kuhn to come in and pull the quarterback down, or hold him up, I guess I should say, until the officials blew the whistle.
Carter Cassavant will step back into punting formation. Into the wind, snap is back, punt is away, low end over end kick, angling for the far sideline, and it squirts out of bounds at about the 43-yard line. And New Salem-Almont will take over in plus territory with their wind at their back after about a 25 yard?
23, yeah.
23-yard punt officially. Hey fans, we can tell you that today's game brought to you in part by Prestwich Orthodontics. They're specializing in braces and Invisalign for all ages. You can contact them at 852-2646 or visit Minot Braces today to get started with a free virtual consultation. Today's game also brought to you in part by Northern Plains Heating and Air. They've been doing it for over 25 years. Find them online at northern-plains.com. 1st and 10 Holsteins. Norton has the direct snap, angling left. Got positive yardage. Steamrolls his way inside the 40. Busted down at the 35-yard line. Give him 8 before Nicholas Mears there spills him. But a good gain on first down for the Holsteins.
Off over A.J. Hines, who was lined up on that left guard. And that's one thing that I'm finding with Norton, TD. When he goes down forward. There's not a lot of times where he's pushed backwards, that he is just so strong and ran right into Mears and just pushed him backwards.
9:52 and counting to play here, 3rd quarter. New Salem has it 2nd down and 2. Direct snap. Here comes Wolding, and he's got a first down. Twisted down at the 28-yard line. Give him about 7 more before Carter Cassavant is able to slip him down, and it's a first down for the Holsteins.
Yeah, 7-yard pickup there. Again, just smash mouth football, TD. That's what New Salem wants to do. Quick update here. After one, LLM is up 8-2 over Cavalier.
Oh, interesting.
After one.
Is it a baseball score?
I
World
guess.
Series? 1st and 10. There goes Norton, and he got hit hard. Couple yards, and there is our guy, Havlin DeLong again.
Well, Norton got it. Wolding led the way through the hole and ran right by DeLong. He must not have seen him or didn't want to have any part of him as he went by him, and DeLong stepped in and filled the hole and busted Norton from the side.
Give him 2 on first down for Brock Norton. And now the Holsteins send 1 receiver to each side. Right between the hash marks, football on 2nd and 9 from the 27. Wolding back to pass. Got a little time into the flat, and it is going to be tipped. Oh, almost intercepted. He was sandwiched there by Matson, and Mears was Wyatt Kuhn, and it was almost picked off the deflection.
Yeah, great coverage by Matson. He was the one initially was kind of man-to-man. He picked him up as Kuhn came from that tight end spot. The ball was tipped up in the air, and as you mentioned, TD, Mears came over. He was the cornerback on the outside, almost was able to get back and pick that off.
Well, now it's 3rd down and 9. Well, maybe a long 8. Wolding has it back. Looking maybe a screen again. And they throw it, and it's tipped. Nate Tallstead, the big 6'5" guy with the long arms, got a piece of that one as New Salem-Almont was going for the screen setup.
Yeah, they had Norton this time set up for the screen as they kind of ran that same play, TD, with both Kuhn and Grinsteiner in the same pattern, but then they slipped Brock Norton out in the middle, and good job of smelling that out by Tostad. I mean, it was basically a jailbreak as they had 5 or 4 guys bearing down the quarterback, and when you got 6'5", 6'2", 6'1", and 6'2", could not throw it over the top of him because Wolding, he says he's 6 foot, but I don't know about that. Seems a couple inches too tall.
4th down and 8. And now you get a North Prairie wanting and receiving a Hub International Insurance timeout in the field. Contact your local Hub agents, Josh Cattell, Michael Borman, at 355-3100 for your personal and business insurance needs. Another fourth down conversion for the Holsteins when we come back on the PSP Network.
Oh, here we go. Where they get it into Doppler up the near side. 3, 2 seconds, 1 second. Doppler rises right wing 3. Bingo! Ho-ho! Anthony Doppler wins it at the buzzer. Ho-ho-ho! Are you kidding me? He turns, he fires, and he buries it.
Now that's what we like to do on the PSP Network, promote local athletes. Todd Domrich, Chuck Claremont back in New Salem along with John Samuelson. 4th down and 8 for New Salem-Almont. They motion Norton. They fake it to him. They're looking. They're throwing it deep to Wyatt Cooney. He goes up. Did he catch it? He got it. He got it inside the 5. A jump ball for the 6'4 receiver Coon, and it's a first down and another 4th down conversion for the Holsteins.
Fake that pass to Norton coming from left to right in that kind of jet sweep type action, and they put the wide receiver Kuhn in a little flag pattern. He got behind Mears, and the quarterback Wolding just threw it up in great hands, great size. Wyatt Kuhn, he pulls it in for a big 4th down conversion.
Well, Luke Stern is dialing things up as the play caller for New Salem-Almont today. 1st and goal, they mark it at the 5. Wolding out of the gun, he'll keep it. Gets a couple blocks, bounces off of Tosted. He's angling, he's driving, touchdown! A physical 5-yarder for Ty Wolding, and New Salem-Almont extends their lead here in the second quarter.
That was your definition of a pinball run. I mean, he kept bouncing off one guy. First it was big number 60, Tosted. Then he spun back to the middle. Then he got hit by another guy. Then he spun back to the left side and eventually got pushed into the end zone. 5-yard touchdown run for Ty Wolding.
Another 4th down conversion for New Salem-Almont. Now the Holsteins line up for the 2-point conversion. Meyer and Norton flanking Wolding. He's back to pass, looking on a slant for Grinsteiner. No, it's a slant and go, and he's got him. A little sluggo route for the 2-point conversion. Wolding hits the diminutive Kane Grinsteiner, and New Salem-Almont puts up 2 more, and they lead 16-6 on your BNC Bank scoreboard, and even 8 minutes to play here in the second quarter, and we're back after this touchdown timeout on the PSP Network.
This broadcast on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by
Ty Wolding has a touchdown pass and a touchdown run here in the football game, and New Salem-Almont with 2 successful 2-point conversions now has a 10-point lead.
Ooh.
Wolding with a deep kickoff. They don't call me Nostradamus for nothing.
Jeez, I guess.
He sends another touchback into the end zone.
It's almost like a toe kick. I mean, it doesn't look. I don't know if he used much of a soccer-style kick, but man, he hit that thing hard and just drove it into the end zone. That was a 7-play, 43-yard drive. Went 2 minutes and 25 seconds. A couple big plays along the way. TD, that 22-yard reception to Wyatt Kuhn on 4th down. Then obviously that big run by Wolding, that 5-yard run for the touchdown.
Well, the Mandan Braves could have used the leg of Ty Wolding.
Oh, boy.
On their kickoffs last night. Here is Nick Mears under center. I backfield behind him. Blake Matson docks the eye. They'll hand it off to him. Second man through. Slips through one arm tackle, and then A.J. Hines laid on him after Wyatt Kuhn had the initial contact.
And lot better up front now too, as they haven't got any major runs. The first drive went 67 yards, had that big play of a 47-yard run by Mears, but the next drive was a 3 and out, and they started out here where good job up front. They're kind of establishing that point of attack. Pittman, Hines, Becker, Norton.
Yeah, other than the big 47-yard touchdown run so far by Nick Mears, there's been a bunch of short gains for the Cougars. 2nd down and 10. Play action. Mears rolling to his left. Got a couple receivers in the pattern. Drops it off. Cole Henderson has it, and he's got a few. Takes it out to the 24-yard line. Smothered down there by Ty Wolding. And it sets up 3rd down and about 6 for the Cougars.
Meyer actually kind of sniffed that out. Got into the flat on that one, but got stiff-armed, missed that initial tackle, but Wolding was right there, linebacker, staying right there at that point of attack.
Cole Henderson's 2nd catch on the season is New Salem-Almont now has North Prairie into a 3rd down and 6. North Prairie only throws about 5 passes a game, folks. Mears going to be an option right. Yeah, they get strung out, and now, he breaks a tackle. Now he stood up at the sticks. He's going to be close to it. I think he's going to have it.
Absolutely.
What a run by Nick Mears.
Yeah, he was hit behind the line to gain by Pittman and Becker, and Mears was not going down as he goes 290 pounds and at 6'2", and he showed his leverage, just kind of bounced off him, kept those feet driving, and then spun off that tackle and got past that 30-yard line. So it was like 4 yards after he should have been pulled down.
I just realized how the guy has 1,600 yards on the season and now 30 touchdowns. He is tough.
He is tough, no doubt.
1st and 10. Mears now out of the gun. Couple receivers right and left. Mears has it, runs it up the middle. He's going to be grabbed onto and dropped by A.J. Hines. He leans forward, and he picks up 4.
Another one of those battles with Tosted and Hines. Still got a good drive block, but that's what you got to do. You got to shed that blocker, and Hines being that great wrestler he is. You know, college coaches love kids who are wrestlers. And at a heavyweight 295, great feet in Hines. He is going to be good at the next level, TD.
Yeah, and just a junior, so he's got a little more development to go. Got a big frame on him for the 260-pounder. Fake. Mears has it, running left. Gets by 1 tackle. Now he's got space. Out to the 40, 45. Carrying a tackler to midfield. Ty Wolding dragging him down from behind. But a nice gain. Give him 13 yards. Nick Mears doing damage here on the ground for North Prairie.
Yeah, went to the outside. Again, it's such a big deal when you set the edge. You mentioned that earlier. And Cassavant, the tight end, Cole Henderson, the tight ends, they're doing that time they did a really good job setting the edge, allowed the quarterback Mears to show his speed, get around that corner, stayed in bounds, tippy-toed up along the edge. And as you mentioned, got a nice pickup of 12 yards. 6 carries now for 77 yards for Mears.
Stay tuned at halftime. We'll have a BNC Bank scoreboard update, the other semifinals in 9 and 11B. Here's a handoff to Matson. Got behind his blockers, and he is stacked up. Maybe a gain of 1, and there is a host of Holsteins there. It was Ty Wolding and A.J. Hines with the first black hats on them.
Well, Holding had a hold of the legs and kind of held them up, or Wolding, I should say. He was holding the legs, and then Hines just came through and just absolutely barreled them backwards.
Wolding and Hines holding.
Yeah, no doubt.
Say that 10 times fast. It sounds like a law firm. 16-6 here on your BNC Bank scoreboard, 2nd quarter action. 9B semifinals. One of these teams will get to the Dakota Bowl, the Fargo Dome next week. They'll play the 2nd game of the day, will the 9B teams. 4.5 minutes to play first half. Mears out of the snap. Oh, and everybody moved except for the center.
Oh, I think they were having Norton he was doing a blitz in that B gap on the left side, and he hesitated at the line of scrimmage, and then the right side jumped for the Cougar offense, so that'll be a 5-yard.
Been a clean game as far as penalties go.
Yeah, it's first penalty is that for either team? Yeah, for either team. Heck, we had 5 kicks out of bounds last night by this point in time.
2nd down and 15. Lee's wide to the right. Roskinski wide to the left. Back to pass. Mears hits his man. Rosinski has it. Tillman drops him down immediately, but a nice gain sets up third down and manageable.
Yeah, he didn't quite get back to the original line of scrimmage, but Mears in that long throw kind of reminds me of Cunningham for Philadelphia back in the day, as long release. Good catch by Rosinski, but better coverage by the sophomore Tillman because he hit him immediately.
Yeah, big frame out there for Rosinski. He's a 6'4", 160-pounder. Third down and 12. I'll make it a long 11. Fake. Mears running left. And hanging on from behind was the D-end, Brock Norton. He's going to be short of a first down. Gets to Holstein territory at the 49. And it's going to be about fourth down and make it 6.
Well, he got taken for a little bit of a ride, Todd, as he went down to the legs or the hip, and he pulled Norton like he was on a sleigh for about 2 yards.
Fourth down and 7 officially. And North Prairie will set up this time with twins to the left. H back to the right. Mears out of the gun. Fourth down and 7. They'll motion Lees. And now they're going to hand signal for Lees. And now you're going to get a Hubbard National Insurance timeout on the field. They didn't like what they saw, did North Prairie that time. A Hubbard National Insurance timeout. They're located at 4204 Boulder Ridge Road in Northwest Bismarck. Fourth down conversion upcoming for North Prairie. When we come back, BNC Bank scoreboard, New Salem 16, North Prairie 6 with 2:41 to play here in the first half.
This broadcast on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by
Now fourth down conversion coming up here, but look at all the fans piled up on the far side. Yeah, on the near side, on the grassy knoll and in the parking areas. Nice crowd is filed in here for this high-profile matchup between two undefeated teams looking to get to the Dakota Bowl. 4th and 7 from near midfield. One receiver to the left, two receivers to the right. Mears is looking left, fires it, and it's caught. And a first down. He's got Blake Matson, who was lined up as a wide receiver, a little out pattern. He's pushed out at the 39-yard line. Give him 10 and a first down for the Cougars.
Well, he had a missed tackle because they had a guy right on him as a little 10-yard stop pattern just short of the first down for Matson. The ball was thrown right on the money, and Meyer was there to potentially make the tackle, but Matson shook him off, picked up the first down. Gutsy call for Coach Keller.
Well, and both teams now converting on fourth downs to keep drives alive. A couple receivers to the wide side. Mears has the snap back. Handoff, straight ahead run for Matson. Dances through the hole, gets a couple. Went left, went right, went back to his right, went back to his left, and Pittman finally there to stick him down.
Well, they can't pull him down. I mean, between Mears and Matson, that's about the third tackle where they've maybe stalemated him, but they have not brought him to the ground. I'm watching Hines, too. It's been a battle between A.J. Hines and Tosted. Hines, he's gassed. He has not gone up against the strength, I'm going to guess, this year as he's going against right now with Tosted. Impressive.
Second down and 7 after a 3-yard run for Blake Matson. They'll spread it out this time. Mears looking, pump fake. Oh, and he's going to go deep for Matson down the far sideline. Caught it. Oh, my. Inside the 10 on the out and up. He had a step. I think there's going to be a penalty or pass interference. I see a flag at about the 24-yard line. There was contact on the out. No.
Yeah, exactly. He went out, and then I think he got hit, I think, by Meyer, as Meyer thought it was that similar pattern before when they got that first down, and then he did an up, and he was wide open. Perfect throw by the quarterback, Nicholas Mears, and it hit Matson right in the chest. I think he was looking forward. I think he saw green, TD, and then he dropped it, but it's going to be a 15-yard penalty and a first down.
Now they're going to make it a 10. It was officially a hold.
Oh, just a hold?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So he grabbed a hold of him as he was trying to turn upfield.
That's, almost from the exact same position. Ethan Meyer got beat on an out and up last week against Grant County Flasher, and so that's good scouting there for North Prairie to kind of go right to something that the Grant County Flasher Storm had some success with last week. 1st and 10 nearing the Serve Pro red zone is North Prairie with 1:47 to play in the first half. Pitch out on an option. There goes Matson to the 20. Flag flies down the sideline to the 10, to the 5. He's pushed out of bounds, but this one's coming back. This is going to be a hold on North Prairie.
Yeah, pretty sure Herbal, he pulled to the outside. He grabbed a hold of Wolding. That was a nice takedown. He'd have got 2 points that had been in wrestling, but unfortunately you cannot do that. There was 3 flags thrown at him at that point in time. I think that Matson saw it too, because he kind of passed it like he was passing a train wreck or a car wreck, and just kind of kept running like going, oh, this one's coming back. So no sense in me, as he just ran out of bounds.
I love the vantage point here, Chuck. Is we just had we just had a dozer go by. We had a combine going by earlier. As you see everything that's happening here in New Salem, as it's a 10-yard penalty. It'll bring it all the way back to the 30-yard line. 1st and 15, as the penalty was 5 yards downfield. They'll motion Lees. Handoff. Blake Matson on a weak side run. Nice gain. To the 20, to the 15, down the sideline, and he's got a first down. 1st and 15, who cares for North Prairie? And they march it down into the Serve Pro red zone. 1st and 10 from the 15, upcoming for North Prairie.
Walled off that left side, and one thing, they got big receivers in Rosinski and Lease, and they're doing a really good job on that perimeter blocking, keeping their guys turned to the outside and having a great lane of running off that tight end.
This will be big points here late in the first half for North Prairie if they can punch this in. 1st and 10 from the 15 into the Serve Pro red zone goes North Prairie. Matson flanking Mears. Mears just going to keep it straight ahead run. Wrapped up by Norton and thrown backwards is, I don't know what he's going to get. Maybe a couple down to the 13. Yep.
Yeah, maybe a trap block as they pulled Herbal from that backside guard. He pulled to the right side, and a great job of reading it by Wolding. As he read it, he filled the hole where Isaac Herbal had vacated, and he was right there to pull him down. Yeah, give him a couple yards on that one, TD. So it's hard to stop Mears and Matson, no different than Norton. Those guys are pushing forward. It's hard to get them for a tackle for loss.
Matson splits out wide to the left. Couple receivers to the right. Mears out of the gun. 2nd down and 9. Snap back. Mears fires it over the middle. It's tipped. It was tipped. Might have been Kuhn.
Yeah, I think
Pittman in the vicinity as well.
I think it's Kuhn. The way he's running away and around with his chest kind of popped up, kind of peacockish, TD, I think that was a Kuhn who had knocked that one down.
Well, and now with 45 seconds to play in the first half, the clock stops. 3rd down and 9 for North Prairie in the Serve Pro red zone. Trained technicians, advanced technology, fire and water cleanup and restoration. It's Serve Pro. Couple receivers wide to the right. Mears out of the gun. Snap is back. Deep drop. They're setting up a screen. They get into the hands of Matson. He's got space. 5, 10, the end zone. Touchdown. Blake Matson. Big play late in the first half for North Prairie as they punch it in from 13 yards out.
Yeah, what a call. They had I don't know if it was Rosinski and Casavant, the tight end. They just ran straight fly patterns. They took all the defense, the D-backs, all the way into the end zone, and they brought Matson around from the back. They threw it to him. Hines read it, but he just didn't have the speed to get outside and get up in front of him. So great call for that 13-yard touchdown to Matson, his 5th receiving touchdown of the season.
2-point conversion upcoming. Rosinski and Lee's wide to the left. Looking that way. Now he's coming back to his right. Mears throws it off the hands of Blake Matson. He was double-teamed over there by Wolding and Kuhn. So another 2-point conversion is denied here late in the first half. 38.5 seconds remaining and a touchdown timeout on the PSP Network. Second half waning moments when we come back on the PSP Network.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
And finally, Agent Smith. He's in charge of restoring your property to its original state.
Well, points late in halves can turn momentum in football games. North Prairie just did exactly that. Late score here in the first half. Touchdown reception of 13 yards by Blake Matson. Makes it 16-12.
14 plays, 80 yards, 7 minutes and 22 seconds. They picked up 5 first downs.
Hudson with a kickoff, fielded by Landon Tellman. And New Salem-Almont with 37 seconds.
They didn't start the clock. Got a little home field advantage there.
And then they ran it for about 3 seconds after Tellman was tackled. So
somebody was checking their Twitter account upstairs, probably.
Tit for tat.
Yep.
They didn't start it right away, but
Nope.
then they ran it for a couple extra seconds. But, hey, from the 40-yard line with
the wind behind you.
New Salem-Almont, you can see the dots on your scoreboard on your screen. The New Salem-Almont's got a couple timeouts remaining. North Prairie with 1 timeout remaining here in the first half. I wonder how aggressive Luke Stern will be calling the plays here for the Holsteins. 1st and 10 Holsteins, near side hash mark from their own 40-yard line. Wolding with a couple backs flanking them, and they'll fake it to Norton. Wolding cutting back. He's drugged down. He's into Cougar territory, a quick gallop of 14 yards.
They stopped the clock, so we'll see if the coach takes a timeout. I'm trying to think how many's he got, TD?
Yep,
he had 2 timeouts. I guess he used one early on, so he used one of them there.
Yep, the clock stopped momentarily to move the chains, but then Coach Kleingen said, you know what, let's just stop it right here. 30.8 seconds remaining. New Salem now in plus territory from the Cougar 46-yard line. We'll keep it right here. We can tell you that at halftime, our halftime break brought to you, as always, on the PSP Network by Premier Chiropractic. They're focused on improving the health of the Minot and surrounding areas through the most cutting-edge advances in natural health care today. I don't know why that D is capitalized there, but I always put emphasis on it.
I guess last night, or the one game that I was – well, that was last night. I stopped and you go back, and apparently they want it to be the most cutting-edge advances.
Yeah, thanks to Premier Chiropractic, been our halftime sponsor all fall long on the PSP Network. Holsteins and North Prairie both with 1 timeout remaining now from the 47-yard line. Checked out the 46-yard line. 1st and 10 from there. Wolding will motion Norton. They fake a pitch to him. Now they're looking deep. Meyer running a route. Now he's going to throw it deep into double coverage, and it's batted away. Lees tipped it away as they were looking deep for Ethan Meyer.
Yeah, Meyer, he wasn't open, but the quarterback just said, all right, we're just going to throw it up. Now, if it had been Kuhn, I could have seen the throw it up there, but ultimately Meyer was double-teamed. One was Lees was there, but so was Nicholas Mears. Mears a little tired. He's got the hands on the side, TD, going, man, he's ready for halftime to be here.
I think both these teams have been leaning on each other a bit here in the first half. Been a good one. 4-point lead for New Salem-Almont. Clock stops on an incompleted pass with 21.8 seconds to play here in the first half. Bunch twins to the right. Norton wide to the left. Norton in motion once again. They'll fake it to him. Wolding still has it. It's going to be a design run. Flag fly is going to be a loss on the play as Wolding is knocked down, a loss of a couple yards, and you're going to get a hold on New Salem-Almont to boot.
Yeah, the back judge, he was looking in the middle. As he had 2 guys pulling, he saw the one guy back block and just basically hug. I think he was hugging Tosted. So what is Josh Keller going to do with 13 seconds? You might as well move him back. It's more about yardage right now than it is time.
Yeah, he'll
or time than yardage, I should say.
Or downs, I guess.
Yeah.
Instead of a loss of 3, they'll move it back 10. 13.8 seconds to play, and now I think New Salem-Almont probably just run it. Is on 3rd down and 24. New Salem-Almont, hands it off to Norton, and he gets undressed. Carter Cassavant.
Yeah, he knew what was coming there, right? He was doing a run blitz, figuring that, hey, all you're going to do is run. You're not going to throw it. And, man, he met Norton right in the hole.
Well, a good stop on defense for the Cougars and a late score for North Prairie. And it makes it a 4-point lead at halftime. 16-12 on your BNC Bank scoreboard. BNC Bank with locations in North Dakota, Minnesota, and Arizona. BNC National Bank provides you with banking and wealth management services for your business and family. Visit BNC Bank online today at bnc.bank. Our premier chiropractic halftime report comes up next. At the break, New Salem-Almont 16, North Prairie 12 from the 9B semifinals in New Salem.
I'm a grateful person on a lot of levels. I've been given so many great opportunities. But most of all, even as a little kid, I was taught a set of values. Like tools for life, hard work, responsibility, and the key to making it all work, commitment.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
This broadcast on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by
Todd Domrys, Chuck Claremont, John Samuelson back live and direct from New Salem, North Dakota today for the 9B North Dakota High School Football Playoffs. A good one. New Salem-Almont leads 16-12 at halftime, and we'll get to a BNC Bank scoreboard update in just a minute here, Chuck. But first, I guess thoughts on the first half. I mean, as the rain starts to drip down here in New Salem, we thought there was a forecast and an opportunity for rain today, so ball security will be important here. But just kind of what we thought, a hard-fought, smash-mouth type of football game, a lot of rushing. But New Salem got a few things done with the passing game, as did North Prairie. As both teams had opportunities, and they took advantage.
Well, I got lunch from you because there's 14 pass plays in that first half, and the over-under was 12. And I think these two teams showed that it's going to be running is going to be hard to come by. And both teams have ran the football. I mean, actually not too bad. New Salem's got 80 yards rushing, and North Prairie has 120. So they have been successful there. But part of it, I think, is because the pass has been effective. It's loosened both teams up a little bit. And impressed with how Mears throws the football. Wolding, he's had some good passes. He had some completions in that first half. Actually, he's got 4 completions. He's 4 of 9. So it's the smash mouth that we thought, but there's a little more quarterback love going on as well, getting the ball in the air. So a little bit different than what we expected. And now with this weather turning where it's rain and just starting to rain, as you mentioned, the wind is still about 20. The passing might even be less.
Yeah. Well, here's a look at the 11B bracket as a couple games we're tracking here on your BNC Bank scoreboard. You can catch the Velva Drake, Animus Garrison, and Hillsborough Central Valley game. It's also being broadcast on the PSP network today. And report there at halftime. Oh, I lost it. It was at halftime, Velva leading Hillsborough Central Valley 8-0 at halftime. And a halftime score in from Beulah has Central Cass leading 14-0 over the Beulah Miners. There's your update from the 11B bracket. Of course, in the 9B bracket here, New Salem-Almont has a 16-12 lead over North Prairie. And the other semifinal game, Lemoore-Litchfield-Marion, we still just have a first quarter score from Lemoore, as it's 8-2 in favor of the Lobos over the Cavalier Tornadoes. Here's the updated 11A AA bracket. Century winning last night over Fargo Davies 12-0, as did Fargo Shanley. 38-27 winners over Mandan sets up Century and Shanley in the Dakota Bowl in the 2A bracket. And your 11A bracket looks like this. Fargo North, impressive victory over crosstown rival Fargo South last night, and Jamestown outlasted Red River, sets up the Spartans and the Blue Jays for the 11A title. Our Premier Chiropractic halftime report rolls on. Doctors Kirk Mason, Dr. Cody Haugen, Dr. Becky Perry-Domers can be found at premierchiropracticnd.com. When we come back, we'll dig into the numbers. Individual and team stats from the first half here are next. Halftime on the PSP Network. From New Salem, it's New Salem-Almont 16, North Prairie 12. Stats, teams, and individual numbers when we come back.
Hi, I'm Agent Simon Irv Pro with CRSF. What is CRSF? We're the Cleanup and Restoration Special Forces. Hoorah! We're ServPro's first responders to your property's disaster.
Admit it, you're no good at handling disaster alone.
Like when you got dumped in high school by Janet Fillmore. She married 3-time world champion yodeler Jovan Bovic. With the Janet disaster, you didn't have a team. Now, you have a team. Elite ServPro operatives, highly trained in disaster cleanup and restoration. If it's fire damage, Agent Fred Iyer. From burnt to unburnt, he does that. But oh wait, it's water. Boom, Agent Winston Otter. He's been called the human sponge. But Simon, what about mold? Agent Marlon Old. He holds the world record for fastest mold remediation. And finally, Agent Smith. He's in charge of restoring your property to its original state. So if you sprung a leak, lit your curtains on fire, or your insulation looks like week old bagels, call ServPro.
In southwestern and south central North Dakota, on any given day at any given moment, a Dakota Community Bank and Trust customer is logging in or signing on to do their online or mobile banking. We believe that community banking can blend both the past with down-home customer service in-house and the future with modern banking conveniences and technology for our customers anywhere, like here or here, all while honoring our long-standing tradition of community-first oriented banking here at Dakota Community Bank and Trust.
Ackerman Esvold, your neighbors, friends, and family who are working for you. The local team with local availability and accountability for all of your engineering, architecture, environmental, transportation, and land development needs. Your project can rely on Ackerman Esvold. Find them online at ackermanesvold.com. When you start your project, talk with Ackerman Surveying and Associates. Our experienced surveying team guides you in the right direction with planning, platting, and lot and boundary surveys. The trusted name in land surveying, the trusted name in architecture and engineering is Ackerman Surveying and Ackerman Esvold. Find them at ackermanesvold.com.
Yeah, there's a look from School Hill, high above New Salem. There's a shot of downtown New Salem. When you're up on School Hill, you're right near New Salem Sioux, and that's the scene from earlier today. I tell you what, it looks a lot different now, as there are cars and fans all around Gaby Field here at New Salem, North Dakota. Pleased to bring you back to live action here as we're at halftime, as people are starting to bundle up. The umbrellas have come out. You've got some rain slickers over there, and there's rain falling right now as New Salem-Almont leads 16-12 here at halftime. Chuck, let's run through those Premier Chiropractic halftime numbers.
All right, first for North Prairie. For the Cougars, they were led by Nicholas Mears, rushing 8 carries for 83 yards, including that first touchdown that got him on the board, a 47-yard touchdown there. So 8 carries, 83 yards for Mears. Matson, 7 carries for 36 yards. Mears had a good job throwing, had a good first half throwing as well. 4 of 5, 31 yards, a 13-yard touchdown to Blake Matson as it at the end of the first half. Matson had 2 catches for 23 yards, including that 13-yarder. Rosinski had a catch for 4, and then Cole Henderson also had a catch for 4. For the New Salem-Almont Holsteins, Brock Norton, 11 carries, 47 yards. Ty Wolding had 6 carries for 33 yards. He had a 5-yard touchdown run. Then Ethan Meyer also had 1 carry for no gain. Wolding throwing, he was 3 for his first 3, then he finished 4 of 9 in the first half for 71 yards. He had a 25-yard touchdown pass. That was to Wyatt Kuhn. Kuhn added 2 more catches before the first half ended, so he ended up with 3 catches for 58 yards. Norton, the only other one who made a catch for 13 yards. For the team stats, 120 yards rushing in total for North Prairie on 16 carries. New Salem has 18 carries for 80 yards. 31 yards passing for North Prairie, 71 for New Salem. So both teams in the first half, equal amount of yards, 151 yards. It took North Prairie 21 plays. It took New Salem 27. Each side has 1 punt, 3 penalties for North Prairie for 20 yards, 1 for New Salem. 6 first downs for North Prairie, 5 in just 1 drive alone. That touchdown, one of their second touchdown drive, and then New Salem had 7 first downs, no sacks, no interceptions. So you look at the score, 16-12, you look at the stats, 151 yards apiece, and pretty even, Steven. The difference, two-point conversions that were made by New Salem in that first half, and so it was exactly the game is exactly what we thought it might be, TD. Yeah, as a little smash mouth, although they'll sprinkle in some passing as each team has a touchdown throwing.
They are who we thought they were. Both the Cougars and the Holsteins here in the first half. That'll do it for our Premier Chiropractic halftime report. Thanks to Drs. Kirk Mason, Dr. Cody Haugen, Dr. Becky Perry-Domries, and they can be found at premierchiropracticnd.com. Updated score in from Lemoore. It's now halftime. Lemoore and Cavalier tied at 14. Second half is next on the PSP Network. We'll come back and kick it off after this break. New Salem leads.
All right, bring it up.
16-12.
Someone's got to call a play. All right, let's go. I right, zoom, spider 2, Y banana. You don't like that one? Okay. I right, 40 power? No. You don't want that one either? All right, go kick off. Get out of here. Let's go.
First Western is your independent community bank with all the online conveniences you want and an experienced team you can count on.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
What you're witnessing actually happens. This is a sad story about bad math.
Bad math?
Does your online company include mounting?
You can't beat the online pricing.
When you add the mounting, the shipping, and all the extras, it's just simple math. We guarantee the lowest prices. Our Plus Plan is simply better, a less expensive way to buy tires. Thinking tires? Think Tires Plus.
Well, there's a look at Salem Sue. We mentioned her earlier as she's been overlooking the Prairie since 1974. 38-foot long, 38-foot high, 50-foot long, fiberglass Holstein cow at a cost of $40,000.
We bring it all to you, man. Bring a view, view from up there. You get a chance to take a look at the cow. I got to tell you, that's the first time. I mean, I've grown up in Bismarck for most of my life, and that's the first time I've been up to see the cow in person.
and hike it up.
Yes.
Yeah, hike up School Hill.
I definitely had a lather going already this morning.
It was our pregame, folks.
It was.
Todd Darmrich, Chuck Claremont, John Samuelson running the camera for us today on the PSP Network. New Salem-Almont will kick off. Ty Wolding doing the honors. North Prairie deferred the opening kick, and it's going to be squibbed. Picked up by Lees at the 35. Nice return out to the 42-yard line, and so North Prairie starts the third quarter with good field position here, down by 4.
Yeah, I don't think he was trying to do that. It kind of went off the inside of his toe. That's what I was saying. As a toe, it's a toe kick without that flat shoe. Kind of squirted off to the right side. Good job by Lees picking that thing up and getting great field position to start the second half.
Well, let's see what kind of halftime adjustments these two squads make.
Last night's wasn't too bad for Shanley.
Yeah, Ruzinski splits out wide to the left. One receiver wide to the right is Lees. Now they'll motion Ruzinski. Snap is back. It's going to be an option left. They got a block on the edge. There goes Matson. He's got the corner midfield to the 40, and he's cut down at the 32-yard line. A big gain on an option play to start the third quarter for North Prairie.
Well, you mentioned they got that side sealed. Is Cole Henderson, the tight end, a great reach block, and also with Tosted, as he had Hines totally bottled down, and then the little pitch to Matson, he turned the corner and showed his wheels, tippy-toed right down the sideline for a great pickup on first down. What, he got 17? He got 24.
24-yard gain on the first play of the third quarter for Blake Matson. Couple receivers left, bunch it up to the right. Mears out of the gun. They motion Lees. Fake to him. Mears back to pass. Now he's going to tuck it, and he's going to scramble. Shakes, bakes, eludes Wolding. Dropped down from behind by Ty Norton, but another first down run for North Prairie.
And they ran everybody fly patterns. Everybody dropped. There was nobody underneath. Good job by Mears saying, okay, I'm not going to force this one. And then he had a couple pump fakes to get by Ty Wolding. Finally, Brock Dorn came from behind to pull him down, but another first down. So back-to-back first downs on these first two plays of the second half.
Mears gets 13 yards on the scramble, and into the Serve Pro red zone goes North Prairie. Twins right. Matson flanking and standing right beside Mears. And they'll hand it off to Matson. Bounces it outside. No, he cannot bounce it outside as he's dropped by Ethan Meyer. No gain on the play.
Nice play. Meyer coming up from linebacker, forced that one as he just about when Mears or Matson was going to cut it to the outside, grabbed a hold of the ankle, and probably actually about a half-yard loss on the play.
I think the adjustment we're seeing here for North Prairie is they tried running between the tackles quite a bit in the first half, and now they're attacking the edge, it appears, here in the third quarter. We'll see if that's the adjustment that Josh Keller makes here in the third quarter.
It's just going to make that Alex Pittman and Norton, those defensive ends, that much more important to get upfield and keep things inside.
And now you get kind of a late sub in there as you had Mitchell Wiebe running a play in, and instead we get a Hub International Insurance timeout on the field. Contact your local Hub agents, Josh Cattell or Michael Borman at 355-3100 for your personal and business insurance needs. 16-12 early in the third quarter, and North Prairie's on the move on the PSP Network.
You have built an amazing life by working hard and doing your job well. Delivering financial advice is what we do well. At Ameriprise Financial, our job is to use our skills, experience, and research to help you become more successful in today's economy. What we want you to walk away from each encounter with is satisfaction in knowing that together, we've done what we can to help you work toward a better future.
North Prairie Cougars burn their first time out here in the second half. And they'll have it second down and 11 from the 20. Right on the line for the Serve Pro red zone. Mears out of the gun. He'll motion Lees. Fake it to him. Option play right. Matson has it. Shakes, bakes, stiff arms Kuhn coming up and making a nice open field tackle. There is Kane Grinsteiner pressing the issue from his corner, as that had a lot of yardage set up for it, but instead it just gets to be a gain of 2.
Matson put a great move on Kuhn, as Kuhn was left with laundry in the field after that move, but nice job of pressing coverage. And Kane Grinsteiner, the quarterback, he went down low saying, I'm not going to take on Matson up high, grabbed a hold of the ankle and knocked him down for just a short gain of 3.
Sets up third down and 8 from the Holstein 18-yard line. Rosinski to the wide side. Lees and Matson wide to the right. The empty backfield has Mears back there all alone. He's back to pass. New Salem rushes 5, comes over the middle, low throw, incomplete. Looking for Mitchell Lees, and it one-hopped him.
The aces were guarding each other as Tellman had a hold of Lees, and Lees came across on a post, and the ball was just a little bit underthrown. He might have had about a half a step in front of Tellman, but just could not come up with the completion.
New Salem brought some rushers there, but a nice pickup by that offensive line for North Prairie gave Mears some time, and maybe they'll go to the well again. 4th down and 8 now here for North Prairie. Obviously, they'll go for it. Neither team kicks field goals, so 4-down territory here. 4th and 8. From the 18-yard line, they got to get to the 10 for a first down, does North Prairie. Snap is back. Mears has got time, standing tall in the pocket, lofts down the sideline, and it is caught. What a grab! Matson in the back corner of the end zone. Put it on the board.
Matson, that wheel route, he went out of the backfield, went right up the sidelines, had Tellman on him, but a perfectly thrown ball by Nick Mears, the quarterback, just hit him in the outstretched arms over the arms of Tellman at just 5'9", so huge play and a 17-yard touchdown.
North Prairie has a lead for the first time today, 18-16 on your BNC Bank scoreboard. And now the 2-point conversion upcoming for the North Prairie Cougars. And I backfield behind Matson. Behind Mears. Matson dots the I. And a play action. Mears back to pass. He's flushed out of the pocket. He's going to scramble, and he ducks in. The successful 2-point conversion via the legs of the QB, Nick Mears. Impressive opening drive here in the third quarter. North Prairie leads 20-16. We'll see if New Salem can answer when we come back after this touchdown timeout on the PSP Network.
The magic of what we do really comes down to combining different aspects of patient care. Here at Premier Chiropractic, we love combining soft tissue work, the adjustment, and exercises together. We found that this gets the best results for our patients. We have 3 chiropractors to fit the needs of the entire family, a rehab area for our exercises and equipment, for any athlete to improve performance. Give us a call and we will get you back to doing what you love.
Well, a huge 4th down play there for North Prairie, and you won't find a prettier pass and catch as you just saw there. Mears hitting Matson in stride, and the M&M boys convert another touchdown as, Blake Matson came into the game today with 9 catches for 172 yards and 4 touchdowns. But he has showed me something catching the football today. Has the quarterback Mears has been throwing it nice, but Matson, the running back, has some skills as a wide receiver. Almost an onside kick there. Oh, nice play.
Yeah, good slide there by
Ethan Meyer.
Meyer coming in from about 10 yards behind. That's a nice little kind of shortstop or whatever you want to call it slide as he picked it up. It was really close to being, it wasn't an onside kick, but he clearly angle kicked it that way.
Well, North Prairie took over on their first possession in the third quarter at the 42-yard line. Now New Salem-Almont takes over at their 42-yard line. 9:06 to play third quarter. BNC Bank scoreboard. North Prairie leads New Salem-Almont 20-16. One receiver to the right. Wolding out of the gun. Now Wolding's a blocker for Brock Norton. Turns it up, and he gets out to the 45. He's cut down there by Blake Matson after a gain of a couple.
Matson came up and stuck Wolding, the quarterback, trying to block him. Kept that inside arm free, grabbed a hold of the running back Norton and pulled him down.
Well, minor after the game, we'll have our planning team financial advisors and Shots Crossroads post-game. Planning team financial advisors helping clients work towards financial freedom. And Shots Crossroads, your post-game headquarters. You can order online at shotscrossroads.com. Same formation, 2nd down and 8. Wolding's back to pass. Looks for a little slant and go. He's got Grinsteiner on the sideline, but the ball sails out of bounds.
I think it slipped, too. He's got gloves on, and he was trying to throw it. It was good coverage on that outside by Lees. But the way the ball kind of floated to the outside, almost like Grinsteiner was almost able to come up with that one, but
Well,
just against that wind, TD, it's so hard to throw. He just kind of fluttered up in the air.
well, now you got 3rd down and 7. Both teams have been pretty good on these 3rd down conversions today. Just 1 point punt for either team. 3rd and 7 from the 45. Fake to Alex Brandt. Wolding looking over the middle, throwing it and batted away. They were looking for Norton, and Nick Mears swatted it out of the hands of the intended receiver.
Yeah, I like that he knew he couldn't intercept it, so he just waited as long as he could and then took that inside arm, that right arm, and just slapped it down.
Well, North Prairie, with the adjustments here, they get a touchdown in their opening drive, and now they force a 3-and-out for New Salem. It'll send Ty Wolding back into a punting situation. Standing at his 35, rushes on, high, sidewinding kick, sails into the New Salem-Almont bench, and that's going to be marked out at the 36-yard line, the short punt, as Blake Matson had the pressure and maybe caused that punt to angle to the sideline, and here comes North Prairie with great field position once again.
Yeah, one thing that Ty Wolding hasn't realized is throw a little acting job on that one. He got hit a little bit by Matson, and I'm not so sure if he wouldn't have got hit and kind of went down somehow that they wouldn't have called even running into the kicker potentially, but just a good job by Matson getting through and almost getting that block.
Well, North Prairie, 1st and 10 from their 36. Handoff. And it's going to be to an up man as somebody other than Matson and Mears ran the football. And
yeah, DeLong.
Yeah, Haviland DeLong.
Matson had such a big defensive position there, whether it's on the special team trying to block it, whether it was getting a couple tackles on the defensive side, they said, all right, we're going to give you a little bit of love, a little bit of break here. We'll give.
Yeah, Haviland's got, 59 carries, 425 yards on the season, 3 touchdowns, so he does get the ball quite a bit for North Prairie. 1 receiver to each side. Mears fakes it to Matson. Coming left, cutting back, driving and leaning forward all the way past the 45 out to the 47, and he's going to have a 1st down.
He's hit originally at the 40-yard line, and then he just battled his way through. Wolding got pancaked. He's still slow to get up as he got hit, and he just got driven back right in his back. They had the blocking back. I think that was Cassavant, as he was standing over the top of him like, are you okay? As he had completely flattened him.
And Wolding, he's as tough as they come. He's not going to be out for long, I have a feeling, as Maverick Nelson will replace him at that linebacker spot. It's a big loss for New Salem. Wolding's a key cog as a linebacker on the defense and obviously as a quarterback on the offensive side. But it's a 1st down for North Prairie as they have controlled the action here in the 3rd quarter.
And that was Mears, correct?
On the carry?
Yeah. Only thing that was significant is it got him over 100. If that was him, I just couldn't.
Mears looking deep. Oh, he threw it about 20 yards over the intended receiver, which was Rosinski. It was good coverage back there, but Mears just let that one uncork a little bit too far.
And he had some pressure, too, right in his face. He had both Becker and Hines, and that's what they got to do. These bigs they got to make a change here because right now the line of scrimmage is being won by the Cougar offensive line.
Ty Wolding right back into the football game for New Salem-Almont.
You called it.
As 2nd down and 10 for North Prairie. Clock stops with 6:41 to play in the 3rd. North Prairie on top, 20-16 on your BNC Bank scoreboard. Receiver left and right. And now the motion from left to right. Fake it there, and now the option. And here comes Blake Matson. Oh, and he is stuck. Hit first by Meyer. And there are Wolding and Kuhn in the vicinity to clean it up, and there's a loss on the play.
Well, that's perfect coverage as you had the quarterback was covered by the defensive end, forced to pitch, and then coverage on the outside was Ethan Meyer. He went down low, didn't fall for the juke, stayed true to where he was supposed to be, and a big play there on 3rd down. Actually, a loss of a couple, TD, on that play.
3rd and long now, 3rd and 12 to be exact. And now the receivers bunched up to the left. They motion Lees. Mears back to pass. Rushes on. Wheel route. He's got Matson at the 40. Down to the 30. to the 20, to the 10, and another big pass completion. Mears hits Matson again, and these two are wrecking that New Salem defense right now.
Yeah, they fake that handoff, and he does that wheel route. That's the third time he's ran that TD. They actually fourth time because he ran it once on this side when when he actually missed it. But what a throw. Mears has been right on the money, and Matson has pulled him in for his his fourth big catch today. Already has 2 touchdowns on the night. That one went 34 yards.
1st and 10 for North Prairie. In the Serve Pro red zone are the Cougars. Mears, options at left. Here comes Matson. He's got Tosted in front of him. Matson is going to be inside the 10. He's dropped down at about the 7-yard line as Blake Matson. Good stick in space there by Kane Grinsteiner.
Yeah, Grinsteiner made a nice tackle, but just the push that right now that the Cougars are getting really inside, and then what's happening is the diminutive guys in Meyer and Grinsteiner and Tellman, they're small. So when you've got these bigs in Cassavant and Rosinski and Mitchell Lees, they are doing, to me, one of the keys is not only the inside blocking, but that perimeter blocking has been exceptional tonight.
A couple tight ends in the formation for North Prairie. 2nd down and 6 from the Holstein 7-yard line, and I think you just got somebody to jump. I believe it was Cole Henderson from his tight end position. Yep, he got out of his stance, and it's going to be a full start on North Prairie.
He got a 2-cheek slap by the quarterback, Nick Mears.
It's been a big third quarter here for North Prairie. They were down 16-12 at halftime. Matter of fact, it was a good end to the first half for North Prairie. A late touchdown in the waning seconds or the waning minutes of that first half, and North Prairie's taken that and contributed and continued to have momentum here into the third. 2nd and 11 from the 12. Snap is back. It's a keeper for Mears, and he's bundled up, hemmed in as he maybe gets a yard to the 11. First guy there was Levi Becker for that Holstein defense.
Well, they caved down that right side of the line as Hines had gotten through. He got pushed down, so that was a little bit of an opening. But his tackle teammate, Levi Becker, he stayed true to the hole where he was supposed to be and gave up just a short gain.
3rd down and 10. Obviously 4-down territory for both these teams. You got to get 11 yards if you want to put some points on the board here if you're North Prairie.
Cavalier up now 20-14 over LLM.
Rematch of last year's 9B championship. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Mears under pressure, throws it up late, and it is tipped and almost picked up. Is it picked up? Oh, what a play. What a play. Trenton Klotz tipped it and intercepted it, and that's a Mears pass that I think he wants back. He was under pressure, threw it up, and how about that defensive play by Trenton Klotz to take it away?
Well, they needed that one too, as Alex Pittman was coming loose in the middle, and Becker was right there in the face, and Mears just panicked. He just threw it up in the air, thought he had somebody open on that right side, and right there was Klotz. Klotz tipped it up in the air, and then he made a great diving catch to pull it in at the 3-yard line.
Well, now deep in your own end at your 3-yard line, New Salem-Almont with the goal line in their shadow, and it's going to be a snap and a direct run for the quarterback, Ty Wolding. Off the left side, he gets a couple. Oh, a little turn of events there as North Prairie was marching. And the first turnover of the game goes to the Holsteins.
Yeah, it was a sick start at their 35. They were just driving, running, throwing, everything was set up for them. And that's, a huge play. You need those, change of momentum plays. Klotz, last year he was injured, TD. Didn't get to play in that semifinal game against Cavalier.
Wolding picked up 4 on first down, makes it 2nd and 6. Snap to Norton, and he's got some space. Angling off the left side, he's pushed, and the pile moves for a first down. Mark him out near the 15-yard line. And an important first down when you're deep in your own end. New Salem-Almont gets a new set of downs.
Yeah, 2 great plays, and you can just see the excitement right here for New Salem. They're getting a little love from the crowd. You can hear the crowd getting back in the game a little bit right now.
Well, this is going to be a gut check time here in the fourth quarter as both these teams, you can see a lot of hands on the hips, and These two teams are laying it on the line. 1st and 10 from the 16-yard line. Snap to Norton. Off tackle right. Slithers his way through a seam. And he's out past the 20, out to the 22-yard line. Tosted and Mears there, along with Laframboise for New Salem, or excuse me, for North Prairie. But it's a nice 5-yard gain on 1st down for Brock Norton.
Yeah, DeLong was in the hole, but he jumped over the top of him. Little hurl technique by Brock Norton. Norton now, with that 6-yard run, has 60 yards on 14 carries.
Clock down to 2 minutes to play here. Still New Salem-Almont into a, it looks like it's maybe calmed down a little bit, about a 15-mile-an-hour breeze into their face right now for the Holsteins. Norton flanks Wolding out of the gun. Snap is back. Keeper for Wolding, and he slips down. Hit down at the 21-yard line. No gain. Cole Henderson right there to hog tie him and drop him.
Yeah, defensive end Cole Henderson. He's a big sophomore at 185. That held his ground and went right down low, and the quarterback Wolding pulled him right down. Actually, Pralasa won.
Yeah, we'll mark him down at the 20. So now a 3rd down and 6. This would be a big conversion here for New Salem. Even at the punt into the wind, there'd be a lot of things if New Salem could pick this up. Wolding back to pass. Looking, and he throws it. Kuhn has it. Slips a tackle. Gets a block. Cuts it. Shakes and bakes to the 40. Midfield to the 50. A sprint. Oh, and the guy ran into the official. Oh, baby. Kuhn is going to score. A touchdown. 79 yards for Wyatt Kuhn.
Wyatt Kuhn, an out pattern. Great throw by Wolding, and he went down low and got it, pulled it in with them big mitts. Got a block on the outside from Meyer, then turned upfield, and it was basically Mears and Kuhn who's going to catch him, and then Mears ran into the official, and the official still down in the play, down on the field, but Kuhn goes 79 yards for a touchdown throw, a touchdown reception, and basically Mears is, he ended up kind of pushing the official down because the official was in his way, but hopefully he's okay.
You get a block from one of your players, and then you got a block from inadvertent block from the official, and that thing all worked out for New Salem-Almont. Our hope to it's the back judge Dan Pender, the official that is down and still getting medical attention here, as a huge change of events there, as on 3rd down and 6. New Salem-Almont hits Wyatt Kuhn. How about the shake and bake move by Kuhn near midfield to break one tackle and then get into space, and then the blocking and the rest of the things kind of just developed just as the doctor ordered for New Salem-Almont.
He got speed too. He showed his wheels down the sideline, and like you said, they got the big paw using a stiff arm to push one of the potential tacklers right down to the ground. Use that leverage. The official that's just getting up now, and that looks like it's at left shoulder for him as he went hard down on it. The ground's not forgiving today, I don't think.
Nope, it's a little bit hard and crusty out there, as it looks like the official is up now. As reminder after the game, we can let you know that we'll have our player of the game brought to you by Sport Clips. Sport Clips will keep you looking your best. You can check in online with a hairstylist today at sportclips.com. Also, after the game, we'll have our move of the game, brought to you by Jobbers Moving and Storage. Jobbers can help you move across town or across the country. Locations in Bismarck, Minot, Fargo, and Aberdeen. Find them online at jobberswarehouse.com. Change of events here as a 79-yard touchdown pass from Ty Wolding to Wyatt Kuhn.
Keep in mind, that was after that interception, TD. They had the ball at the 3-yard line, so a 97-yard drive in 3 minutes and 39 seconds and just 5 plays. So they turned in to a great defensive play by Clot.
Oh, the official is still out, so we'll go to a 4-man crew now. And a 2-point conversion upcoming for New Salem-Almont. Wolding and Norton in the backfield. It's a little jump pass, and it's completed. Guess who? Wyatt Kuhn. Have a day, young man. And New Salem-Almont puts the 2-point conversion on the board, and we've got a touchdown timeout with 59 seconds to play here in the 3rd quarter. New score from New Salem. New Salem-Almont 24, North Prairie 20. We're back after this timeout on the PSP Network.
Wondering whether you need wealth management? Wealth management is a multifaceted offering that should provide opportunities for growth and security. At BNC National Bank, we pride ourselves on putting your priorities first and providing practical, objective financial advice. Our team can help you assess your goals and take stock of your assets to determine whether wealth management is right for you. Speak to a member of our team today to learn more.
Well, how about that? Well, you come to a game and you see something new every game. We just saw something new right there.
I don't know if I ever saw an official actually make such a difference if they're not calling a bad call.
Right. Wolding with a squib kick. Nice grab by Lees, I beg your pardon. Picked it up at the 32. Mitchell Lees to the 35, out to the 40. And North Prairie takes over the 52 seconds to play here, but now the Cougars down by 4 here in the waning moments of the third quarter.
Kuhn, 4 catches now for 137 yards and 2 touchdowns. Welcome back after that high ankle sprain, missed most of the year, right?
Yeah.
I think he's played, 3 games, I think?
Yeah, injured it against South Border and didn't play then until the playoffs. Mears out of the gun. He'll option it left. They get it to Matson, and he's ushered out of bounds at about the 45-yard line. Wolding and Meyer there to send him into the Holstein bench, but it's a gain of about 5 yards on first down for North Prairie. Hey fans, today's game brought to you in part by Northern Plains Heating and Air. 25 years experience as your heating and air experts. You can find them online at northern-plains.com. Today's game also brought to you in part by Prestwich Orthodontics. Specializing in braces and Invisalign for all ages. You can visit them online at minotbraces.com. Second down and 5 for the Cougars. Fake it to Matson. Mears has it on a keep, and he powers his way for a first down. He drives his way into Holstein territory, marked down at their 49-yard line. Give them 6 and a new set of downs for North Prairie.
And that might be the last. I think they looked like he was right at the 40-second mark when they marked it in, but they're probably with the wind behind them wanting to get another play in.
Twin receivers split out the numbers to the left. Matson blanks Mears. And it's a quick hitter. Lees has it. Little smoke screen. Nice move by Lees as he got around Kane Grinsteiner. Belted down there by Klotz, but it's a nice gain of about 9 on first down for North Prairie.
And another great block on the outside by Rosinski.
And that will be the final play here in the third quarter. Buckle up. This fourth quarter could be a good one. A turbulent ride from New Salem today in the 9-man semifinals. At the end of 3, New Salem-Almont 24, North Prairie 20 on your BNC Bank scoreboard. The final 12 after this timeout on the PSP Network.
Ackerman Esvold, your neighbors, friends, and family who are working for you. The local team with local availability and accountability for all of your engineering, architecture, environmental, transportation, and land development needs. Your project can rely on Ackerman Esvold. Find them online at ackermanesvold.com. When you start your project, talk with Ackerman Surveying and Associates. Our experienced surveying team guides you in the right direction with planning, platting, and lot and boundary surveys. The trusted name in land surveying, the trusted name in architecture and engineering is Ackerman Surveying and Ackerman Esvold. Find them at ackermanesvold.com.
A big interception by Trenton Klotz in the third quarter. Turned into a touchdown for Wyatt Kuhn, and now North Prairie seeing if they can answer. First play of the fourth quarter. Mears out of the gun. A handoff straight ahead, running. Oh, and Blake Matson is blown up. Alex Pittman drops him down for a loss.
That's what you call hog tying him. Got him right at the neck, pulled him right down. When you get grabbed up there, boy, you go down quickly. As it's going to end up being a little TFL for Pittman. Pittman's played a really good game tonight. He's the one who was in the face of the quarterback Mears and helped force that turnover in the last possession.
Alex Pittman, the 215-pound senior, big play there, makes it 3rd down and 13. Or check that, 3rd down and 3 after the loss of 1 on the play. Mears back to pass, under pressure. Oh, he gets away. Now he pass fakes it, and he runs it for a 1st down.
Well, huge.
Pushed out of bounds by Ty Wolding.
Yeah, huge push by A.J. Hines, but he just could not get to the quarterback. He is so elusive. He just drifts out of the pocket then and gives that fake pass, allows him to pick up about 5 yards. He was doing the fake pass past the line of scrimmage, but as a defender, you know it's hard for you to pick up.
Well, this fourth quarter is going to come down to guts.
Oh, yeah.
I tell you what, these two teams laying it on the line. 1st and 10, new set of downs for the Cougars. 1st and 10 from New Salem's 36-yard line. Mears fakes it to Matson. Mears, behind his blockers, tries the left side, doesn't get much.
Well, he had a wall of blockers that he just had his hands on, kind of waiting for him to move forward, and then around the backside came Kuhn from his outside linebacker spot to pull him down. I mean, he wanted his guys to get out of the way. Let's go, guys. Keep moving.
Let me get her into 2nd and 3rd gear. He's still in road gear, and he only gets a gain of 1. Does the QB Nick Mears?
That's exactly right.
Matson has been a wide receiver to watch out for. He's split out wide to the left. Mears out of the gun on 2nd down and long, and he's back to pass. Got some time. Fires it over the middle. It's short. It might have been tipped at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I don't know if Becker got a piece of it or not, but that long extended throw took time, and then he threw it right into the ground or got tipped at the line of scrimmage, but trying to get the ball to
Mitchell
Lease
Lees
coming across the middle. He's tried that a couple times now, and Lease has been open. They just have not been able to complete it.
3rd and 9 for North Prairie. Well, New Salem-Almont has been able to get some pressure on Mears, but they haven't been able to get him down.
No, he's elusive.
He's slippery back there. Twins to the right. Matson and Mears in the backfield. 3rd down and long. They went to the hard count, see if they could get the Holsteins to jump. Now it's an option left. They pitch it to Matson. Matson, a flag flies. Could be a hold as it's a short gain on the play. And maybe a yard sets up 4th down, but a holding call upcoming against North Prairie.
I think they're going to get Brett Tosted, he's in for somebody because he's not a starter right now. He didn't start the game. They're going to have a hold right in the back. But are they going to take it is the question, because the hold actually was a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage. So you pick up a couple yards, or I think you get out to.
Coach Kleingen, been doing it a long time, in his 26th year. He says, we're going to move him
take
back.
We'll take it. We'll take our chances with a 3rd down play instead of 4th and 8. Now you got 3rd down, and you got to get from the 48 all the way to what's the first down? The 27. So 23 yards.
4th and 8 or 3rd and 23. Coach Kleingen goes with the 3rd and 23. I'm going to find somebody to get on Blake Matson like a postage stamp here.
Yeah.
He's been a tear.
If he runs the wheel route, Kuhn, you better be on him. if he gets by with this one again, TD, something's missing.
Twins to the left. Mears directing traffic. Snap is back. It's a keeper. Mears running right. He's cut down as he got inside the 45-yard line, down to the 42. Give him about 7 as he's sandwiched there by Ty Wolding and Wyatt Kuhn.
Yeah, I like the play. Don't go to the pass right away. See if you can't get back to something reasonable in terms of throwing the football. So the quarterback just kind of runs over his right tackle, Cole Henderson, or at least Elijah Laframboise, and Cole Henderson, the tight end.
Well, clock drips under 10 minutes to play, and a big play here. 4th and 16. From the 42-yard line, they got to get to the 27. One receiver left is Matson. Trips to the right. Mears back to pass. Just a 3-man rush. Looking. Mears throws it deep down the sideline, and is that caught? Oh, baby, Matson did it again.
Backpedaling Nicholas Mears as a guy in his face. He goes backwards and throws it off his back foot. Somehow gets it to Blake Matson, who's on the sidelines. Are they going to give him a completion, or what? Did I miss a flag? What's going on, TD? A foul start.
A procedure. So they must not have had enough guys in the line of scrimmage or something.
Ouch. That's a big one because what a play. We talked about the hands of Blake Matson. Just 9 catches coming into this. That would have been his 5th catch of the day. What a play getting called back. Talk about just an emotional call.
Oh, baby.
Howie. So you get a huge first. It would have been a huge first down after what, a 4th and 16. Now it goes back 5 more yards. So 4th and 21.
Must have been a procedure penalty with not enough guys in the line of scrimmage. That's a big one. That one hurts if you're North Prairie. Let's see if they can respond. 4th and 21.
Matson is the only guy on that side again. Same formation, TD.
Trips to the right. Matson to the left. Mears out of the gun. New Salem blitzes this time. They throw it late. It's picked off. Meyer has it. Down the sideline goes Ethan Meyer, and he could go. This is going to be a pick 6. Ethan Meyer to the house.
What a play. It was in the grasp the quarterback was as they had a blitz. They had Wolding on a blitz. Somebody was holding on to the legs of the quarterback. Mears got rid of it and threw it right to Ethan Meyer at about the 36-yard line, 35 or 36-yard line, and somehow he tiptoed all the way down the sidelines, got great blocking from his defense, then turned offense and goes about 65 yards for the pick 6.
Now how big is that procedure penalty?
Oofta.
It was big a moment ago. Now it looms exceptionally large. New Salem-Almont increases their lead to 10. We'll call it a 65-yard pick 6 unofficially for Ethan Meyer. As now you got a couple guys out of the lineup here for New Salem-Almont as
Meyer's the one who got the touchdown. He was getting handshakes and
he was over celebrating. And
he was.
And now New Salem-Almont's going to call and burn a timeout. It's a Hub International Insurance timeout on the field. Hub International, you can call them today for all your personal and business insurance needs. They're located at 4204 Boulder Ridge in Northwest Bismarck, and they're a leading North American insurance brokerage firm. Keep it right here as the 2-point conversion upcoming. Huge plays here late in the 3rd quarter and now early in the 4th quarter for New Salem. A touchdown reception by Wyatt Kuhn after the interception by Trenton Klott, and then the pick 6. Ethan Meyer, when Mears was under duress, being drugged down, Mears threw it late over the middle. Meyer intercepted it and returned it for 6. Now the Holsteins will go for 2 to looking to make this a 12-point ball game. Hey fans, today's game brought to you in part by Jersey Mike's. You can vote for this week's Jersey Mike's Player of the Week on the PSP Network Facebook page. Jersey Mike's is a sub above. On the ensuing 2-point conversion, Meyer, Grinsteiner wide to the right. Wolding out of the gun, flanked by the running back Brock Norton. And they're going to hand it off to Norton, a wide side run, and he is twisted and spilled. Brought down there by Haviland DeLong. Nice play there for North Prairie to deny the 2-point conversion and a touchdown timeout. 30-20 in your BNC Bank scoreboard. The Holsteins lead by 10 with 8:55 to play here in the 4th quarter.
Every 10 minutes, 3 people in the United States will die from a preventable incident. More people are dying on our roadways and in their homes than ever before, but that's where the North Dakota Safety Council can help. Safety is our mission, from the workplace to any place. We're a private nonprofit that offers more than 150 training courses that are dynamic, hands-on, and effective. From CPR and first aid to driver safety and even workplace violence preparedness, we want to make sure your loved ones come home safe each night. Go to ndsc.org to see how together we can make a difference.
Back in New Salem, Todd Darmrich, Chuck Claremont, John Samuelson running a great job on the camera today for us today on the PSP Network. Good to have you on semifinal afternoon across North Dakota. 9B action here. 8:55 to play in the game. New Salem by 10. Deep kickoff by Wolding. Matson has it at 5. 10, 15, 20. And he spilled at about the 26, make it the 27-yard line.
Grinsteiner pulled him down.
Claude was in there as well. He gave it the double
Did he?
flex. Yeah.
Yeah, him and that must be something with him and Kuhn, because after he got that interception, he came over to Kuhn and they gave him the flex.
Hey fans, today's game brought to you in part by the UPS store located on the South Broadway in Minot in the Marketplace Foods Plaza. You can find them for all your packing and shipping needs. Here comes North Prairie. Cougars need an answer. Down by 10, under 9 minutes to play in the game. Mears, snap is back. Fake to Matson. Mears running left. Sprinting to the 30. 35, 40, 42-yard line. Nice gallop of 16 yards for the quarterback, Nick Mears.
Grinsteiner brought him down, if that's what you want to call it. He just got absolutely leveled by the quarterback. And, when you're down 2 scores, 8:36, I mean, you got to have a little bit more up-tempo, although you should easily have a couple possessions left.
Couple receivers to the right. H-back to the left. Mears in the shotgun. Snap to him, called run. Running left, turning up the sideline, angling for the boundary, and he's got a good gain. Going to be marked out near midfield. Yeah, mark him right at the midfield stripe, a gain of 8 on first down for North Prairie.
Boy, he just does such a good job finding the hole. And, just kind of slithers through those openings, and strong, he's quick, he's elusive. Impressive 7-yard run there, Todd. That's 148 yards on the game. Cavalier, boy, they are rolling up 34-14 with 9 minutes left over LLM.
Well, if these scores hold, it would be a rematch of a semifinal for the ages. Here's Mears. Got behind his blocks, pushing, fighting, grinding for a first down into New Salem territory, marked down at their 44. Trenton Klott finally got him out of bounds, but it's a first down for the Cougars.
Again, just great patience by the quarterback. Just waited until for something to open up, waited to see some white jersey, saw a little opening, busted through it, and picked up that first down.
First and 10, North Prairie. From the Holstein 43-yard line. 2 receivers to the short side of the field. Wide side is to Mears' right. Fake to Matson. Mears comes to the right. And he is belted down.
This time it's Hines pulling him down. We haven't heard his name a lot tonight because he's been an absolute battle with Tosted. This time he was able to grab a hold of the quarterback and bring him right down. That was a heavyweight takedown there.
Gain of 1 for the QB Mears. Well, and pretty soon the clock does become a bit of an issue here as both teams, as you can see on your BNC Bank scoreboard on your screen. 2 timeouts remaining. There are the dots underneath each team's name on the scoreboard. Empty backfield. 2 left, 2 right. Mears back to pass. Blitz is on. Kuhn doesn't get him. He slips through a couple guys. Jump pass late over the middle into traffic, and it is caught by Matson. Can you believe it? And he's going to be marked down at the 1-yard line. Oh, my, oh, my.
2 guys, Kuhn on a blitz and Alex Pittman, both whiffed on the quarterback. The quarterback stepped up and threw it off his front foot. It got tipped by 2 New Salem. Holstein's in the back, and to who? To Matson again, and a huge, I don't know how he got brought down to the 1-yard line, but 41-yard throw and catch.
How good is this? Well, now you got first and goal from the 1. Mears with the Cougars sniffing the end zone, and he's going to run it right up the middle. He's not going to get there. That wall closed quickly as Hines is in there.
On the bottom of the pile is
Levi Becker is in there, yep, and Hines was in there.
Yeah, Becker and Hines, the 2 guys in the middle. I'd suggest you go just a little more outside of that. You might go off the tight end on the right side of the guard because there's no room in the middle there.
1 receiver, now 2 receivers left. Mears and Matson in the backfield. Mears again, straight ahead. Got close to the goal line. He eclipses the goal line. Touchdown, North Prairie. Makes it a 6. Put 6 on the board. Makes it a 4-point game with an ensuing 2-point conversion. And now you get A.J. Hines up late, and he's going to have to come out for the two-point conversion, I believe. Yep.
He's holding that right wrist, right hand, right arm.
Yeah, that was an important score there for North Prairie. Going to get Jarrett Sanders in, the 190-pound sophomore, to spell A.J. Hines for one play here, the two-point conversion.
73-yard drive there.
Yeah, back and forth we go here in the fourth quarter. New Salem got a pick 6 to go up 10. North Prairie answers right back. Mears will be under center. Matson, Dotson, I. One receiver is Rosinski wide to the left. Two tight ends in the formation. Two-point conversion. And they'll hand it off. Matson right down Broadway. Fighting, grinding, and no, he's denied. He's stuffed.
Boy.
New Salem denies that two-point conversion.
Becker on the stop.
Levi Becker denies it, but it's still 6 on the board for North Prairie and a touchdown timeout. 30-26. New Salem-Almont on top with 5:47 to play in the game. Back after this break on the PSP Network.
What you're witnessing actually happens. This is a sad story about bad math.
Bad math?
Does your online company include mounting?
You can't beat the online pricing.
When you have the mounting, the shipping, and all the extras, it's just simple math. We guarantee the lowest prices. Our Plus Plan is simply better, a less expensive way to buy tires. Thinking tires? Think Tires Plus.
Out of that touchdown timeout with 5:47 to play in the game. North Prairie gets a 1-yard TD run from Nicholas Mears. Makes it a 4-point game. Well, thankfully the rain held off here. Wind is still whipping. It'll be into the face of North Prairie. Justin Hudson will do the onside kicking. It's an onside kick, and it's going to bounce, and Klott fields it successfully on one hop.
Well, hey, they got the bounce they wanted, that last hop to come up high, but Klott stepped up and showed those great hands as he walked up. He came up and grabbed it and went down right away.
That was that was a well-executed onside kick.
It was. Hey, a little shout-out to Agla Young. She's with the New Salem Ambulance TD. She works with us at – you met her. Remember she was trying to help us with some stuff last year, some electronics. But shout-out to Agla listening to the game tonight.
Well, New Salem-Almont on top by 4. They had a big 4-minute type drive last week against Grant County Flasher. Wolding on the keeper. Through a small hole, protects that football with two hands, and he gets out to the 50. 4-yard gain on first down for the quarterback, Ty Wolding.
Yeah, and he puts both arms over the top of the football as he gets through that hole. And right, I'm watching A.J. Hines and Levi Becker. These two, they got a little attitude right now. They got a little bit of a push right now after they got that stop on that extra point. And Hines has a little bit of mad on right now.
2nd and 6. Ball right at midfield. Twins left, tight end to the right. Norton, and the snap rolls back. And luckily, Brock Norton falls on it.
What the heck happened there? As Alex Pittman snapped it and just rolled back to the quarterback, and Norton had to jump on it.
And now,
big 3rd down now after a loss of, 3 on that?
3rd down and 9. Clock under 5 minutes to play in the game.
Well, Coons on this left side and the short side.
You and I are thinking
that's
the
where
same
I'm going,
thing.
TD.
If I'm North Prairie, I'm guarding Wyatt Coon right here. They're all pointing at him.
Yeah, exactly.
Back to passes, Wolding. Looks right into the flat, into the slot. Incomplete.
What's he going down on? Is he mad at himself on that one? As the incomplete pass, he had him open on that right side, but the clock stops, which is even a bigger deal.
Yep, incomplete. He was looking for Ethan Meyer as he tried to get it into the slot, and incomplete. And North Prairie is going to get the football back. Ty Wolding. Well, Mears better back up because Wolding's going to boot this over his head. Low snap. Wolding has to wait. Now he belts it away. Down the right sideline. It bounces at the 20, rolling to the 10, and it's going to be down inside the 10-yard line at about the 5-yard line. A long field upcoming for North Prairie.
48-yard punt by Wolding, and he actually had to step away of a potential block and then somehow got it away and got some great top spin on it where Mears had to just get out of the way as hard as that was.
How about the patience as a punter in crunch time to not just kick that right into the back of somebody, to kind of just wait and then get a fantastic punt down to the 5-yard line. Well, this is right about the spot where New Salem got an interception and marched the entire field. Let's see if North Prairie can do it as well. Handoff straight ahead. I think that was DeLong.
It was.
Yep. Haviland DeYoung picks up a yard. Out to the 6. Under 4 minutes to play in the contest. 30-26 in crunch time. This baby is in the pressure cooker officially. Mears will be out of the gun. Matson standing right beside him. Receiver to either side. They went to the hard count, and I think they got New Salem-Almont to jump. No.
No, they're going to say somebody moved. I think
somebody flinched.
It might have been that right guard, as LaFramboise is not in there. It is Brett Tosted playing right guard right now as LaFramboise. He has not played. We haven't seen him the second half.
Half the distance to the goal. Second down and long. Mears in his end zone. Looking, flushed out. Gets away from Hines. Tracked down by Meyer. Leans the football ahead to the 10-yard line. Wolding had a hold of a leg. And it's going to be a gain of about 7.
Yeah, and you just cannot bring him down in the first guy. I mean, there's 2 missed tackles, and then even the last guy, he kind of motor graded about 2 yards and more.
3rd down and 5. A long 5 to go. Matson out of the gun. Snap is back. They fake it Mears out of the gun, and now there goes Mears. He's loose. Can Grinsteiner track him down? Mears running. He ducks out of bounds. Huge play.
Wow.
A keeper for Mears results in a first down, and into Holstein territory goes North Prairie.
What a job blocking at the point of attack on that left side. As a quarterback keeper, he just faked that handoff to Matson, then just went right off the left side. Was untouched, showed his wheels, but good wheels by Grinsteiner, at least catching up to him and forcing him out of bounds.
And he ducks out of bounds at the Holstein 45. Clock stops with 2:33 to play. Both teams with 2 timeouts remaining.
That puts him over 200 yards now on 22 carries on the day.
Gut check for both teams right here. Matson switches from the right to the left. Motion by Rosinski, option left. They pitch it to Matson. Low catch for Matson, and he's bottled up. Couple yard gain. Well, they still didn't get him down. Finally, they wrestle him and super flex him down.
But the clock is going to continue to run.
2:15 and counting to play. Just a short 2-yard gain on the option pitch to Blake Matson. 2nd down and 8 upcoming for North Prairie. 2 minutes to play in the game.
Well, they're not in any really big hurry getting out of the huddle, TD.
Matson wide to the left. 2 receivers wide to the right. Mears surveying. Has the snap. Comes with a late blitz. Flag is down. There's going to be a hold in the backfield. Over the top, they were looking for Rosinski.
And they wanted a defensive pass interference by Kane Grinsteiner. No official throwing the flag back there, but it was a hold and a huge push up front by Becker, Hines, and Pittman. And that's at the 48-yard line, TD. So it's going to go 10 back from there. So it ends up being about almost an 18-yard penalty or
holding penalty will be assessed against North Prairie.
So now you're pretty much, the clock just went, somebody just kidding, the clock went blank at it's 1:39.
Well, it came back, thankfully.
Okay.
It was still good on ours, so I was like,
just
hey,
kidding.
The robots got it. 1 receiver left and right. Second down and 21. Mears back to pass. They set up a little drop off in the flats to the right. Matson is wide open, and he is knocked down. He'll stay in bounds at the 41-yard line.
It's a good call. Somehow Matson was able to slip out untouched. Caught it at about the 45-yard line on that screen, and it was a screen, but there was nobody blocking for him basically, other than the wide receiver Mitchell Lees. Good tackle, kept him in bounds.
15-yard pickup. Clock rolling. Down to 108, 106, 105. Third down and 6. Mears out of the gun. Snap is back. Looking. He's got time. Deep over the middle into double coverage. Incomplete.
Boy, did the quarterback, absolutely get leveled by A.J. Hines. He was on the right side, little swim move, came across to the side and absolutely thumped Mears, tried to get it downfield to Rosinski, but the clock, at least it stopped on that one. Here's the play of the game right now.
Yep. Well, you got to get a first down first. You need 6.
So I mean, they still got 2 timeouts, so you could run it obviously here. I mean, as a quarterback, that's what I would look to is, are you going to call a timeout and talk about it?
And I think, I haven't seen an official indication yet, is Coach Keller, now it does indeed ask for and receive a Hub International Insurance timeout. You can contact Josh Cattell, Michael Borman, 355-3100 for your personal and business insurance needs. Well, Chuck, we've been here consecutive years for semifinal games. Last year, an overtime thriller was won by Cavalier over New Salem-Almont, and now today, another thriller here on the PSP Network. 30-26. New Salem-Almont clinging to a 4-point lead and an all-important 4th down and 6 upcoming for North Prairie.
Then we expected all of this too, as these two teams were so evenly matched, but it's really turned into more of a passing contest. I mean, North Prairie's thrown 15 times and New Salem-Almont's thrown 13.
I think it's just a testament to the run defenses probably for both teams, and you just can't establish the line of scrimmage like you would want to, so you have to go to the air. And North Prairie has gone to the air successfully today. Mears throwing the football to his favorite receiver, Blake Matson. There's the New Salem crowd.
They're getting into it.
They got Hell's Bells blaring.
Somebody upstairs likes AC/DC. That Back in Black earlier.
52 seconds to play.
Matson's on the left side, T. That's the guy I'd be looking at.
Matson in the slot. Receiver far to the left. One receiver to the right is Lees. Mears back to pass. Late blitz. Down the sideline. Batted away.
What
Looking
a play.
for Blake Matson.
Big play by Clodigan and Meyer. That's the 4th down play. That should be the game, TD.
Yeah, you get a couple kneel downs here. North Prairie still has 1 timeout remaining, but it's not going to matter. You're going to go into a victory formation. Incomplete pass on 4th down. Double coverage as they went back to Matson.
And the pressure, TD, the pressure by the guys up front where it's just tremendous.
Wolding is under center, takes a step back, takes a knee. And North Prairie, they're going to stop the clock one more time, I believe.
Let's not stop now. I don't get it.
Yeah, I think you would have called that right away, but maybe not. But maybe save it for the 2nd down play. But New Salem-Almont celebrating in that huddle is 30-26 as down to 20 seconds to play. As the downs really don't matter. 2nd down as Wolding will come under center and take another knee. North Prairie's not going to burn a timeout. And this one has gone final. Final score on your BNC Bank scoreboard. New Salem-Almont 30, North Prairie 26. A great one today on the PSP Network. New Salem-Almont will advance to the Dakota Bowl, and they will take on Cavalier in a rematch from the semifinals a year ago. And stay tuned as we'll have our planning team financial advisors Shots Crossroads postgame. We'll get a word with the Victorious head coach Steve Kleingen. We'll get some player interviews, and we'll put a bow on this one. An instant classic this afternoon on the PSP Network. A tip of the cap to the North Prairie Cougars. I tell you what, that's a good ball club right there. Two talented football teams went toe-to-toe today. 30-26 is your final score. Our postgame after this break on the PSP Network.
At Shots Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day, so you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden french fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak. Or can you? Shots Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA and SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
Here we go, where they get it into Doppler up the near side. 3, 2 second, 1 second. Doppler rises, right wing, 3, bingo! Ho-ho! Anthony Doppler wins it at the buzzer! Ho-ho-ho! Are you kidding me? He turns, he fires, and he buries it!
Final score, New Salem-Almont wins 30-26. What a game. As Chuck Claremont's made his way down the sidelines, we'll send it down. Take it away, Chuck, as he's got head coach Steve Kleingen.
All right, TD. Hey, lots of emotion going down here, Coach. What a game. You expected to be in an absolute battle, and you were.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I thought last week was a good football game. This one was better, man. I tell you, 2 great football teams battling hard, playing right to the end. I mean, those guys, they're tougher than nails, and, you know, we both took a lot of heavy punches and fought back, and a lot of flows and momentum, the big mo, as you guys like to call it. And man, I'll tell you what, we stuck with it, and these kids wanted to get there. And, you know, and they just did what they needed to do down the stretch and got the job done.
You could tell it just seemed like it was in their eyes. They stepped up and made some huge plays. Clot on the interception, the Kuhn on the big 79-yard touchdown. So many huge plays tonight, none bigger than the last one at the end of the game to knock it down. Where were you going through your mind on all those plays?
I tell you, it is a roller coaster like you can't believe. I mean, it's emotion after emotion after emotion. It's a battle. I said, I think I'm having a damn heart attack on the sidelines, for Christ's sakes. But, you know, the kids they hung with it. And they're high school athletes. You're going to miss some plays. You're going to make some plays. And you know what? They made the plays when we needed them.
Cavalier, they're going to be victorious. Speaking of big ones on this field, last semis, a rematch in the championship now, Coach. That's going to be a good one.
Hey, I'm excited for it. You know, it didn't matter to me who it's going to be, but I'll tell you what, we'll take whoever we get. And if it sounds like Cavalier, we're just going to do what we've done every week. Work hard, prepare hard, and go down there and give it our best effort.
Congratulations. We'll be there with you.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
All right. Wyatt Kuhn, wherever you've got to track him down, Coach, and Ty.
Chuck Claremont efforting a couple more guys here. There he's got one Wyatt Kuhn at his fingerprints.
Congratulations. What a warrior tonight for you. I mean, you got blood in the nose. You got everything going on. And first of all, talk us through that touchdown. I mean, what a play. I mean, you were expecting a little out pattern. It turns into 79 yards. Talk us through that one.
You know, it's just a tight end rub. My line did perfectly good. AJ and Levi and those boys. And they picked up that blitz. And I just came out and had one guy to beat. And I did it.
And how hard has it been for you to sit in the sidelines and watch your team all year, finally get a chance after that injury to come out, and, man, you just laid it on the line tonight.
It's been hard, but I knew what was the bigger picture, and I just held out for my boys, and They did a hell of a job. I mean, the line, the quarterback, I couldn't do it without them. I couldn't do it without them, without Brock Noren. He'd been killing it in the playoffs. It wouldn't happen if they weren't keen on him.
You know, and talk a little bit about their offense. I mean, they were really churning out a lot of yards against you guys tonight, getting the football, that last drive for them. What's going through your mind?
You know, you just got to keep your composure and act like it's, you know, a minute left, play the chains, and we did exactly that, and I'm really proud of my team. Really proud of my team.
It'll be big time next week against Cavalier.
Yep, it should be. It's a rematch, so they won.
They did.
Yep, a rematch should be fun, and yeah, I'm really proud of my team.
You remember last year in this field on the semifinal game?
Yep, last year we lost in overtime, which it's behind us now, and we came out and won this one. Now time to go state.
Congratulations. Good luck next week.
Thank you.
All right, great job. Now we'll find Ty Wolding.
It's turned into a bit of a verifiable madhouse out there.
Go ahead and take it back a few minutes. Ty's getting interviewed right now. We'll get him over here.
Yeah, no problem. We'll put Chuck on standby for just a moment as we're on our planning team financial advisor Shots Crossroads post-game show. Looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession. Planning Team Financial Advisors here to help you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online at planningteam.com.
Hey, congratulations. What a battle tonight for you, both offensively and defensively, man. You have got to be sore. There was a lot of big sticking going on tonight.
Yeah, they're hard-hitting, physical team, but we kept battling in, and it was a good game.
You know, what's going through your mind? Not only the last drive, but that entire football game. I mean, you got a team like those guys that were battle tough. They were running so hard at you. I mean, the matchups you had against Matson and Mears, man, those are a lot of man-to-man stuff going on.
Yeah, they are very physical, very hard runners. Props to them. They ran their heart out. They played their heart out. That was a tough game.
And for you just kind of take us into an inside baseball or inside football on that last drive. What's going through your mind that last drive? Were you thinking ahead, going, we got to make this stop to get to state, or what's going through your mind?
We knew that we had to make the stop. We had to stop them. They couldn't score, but we had to take it play by play. We had to do everything right. We couldn't have any big mistakes then.
And how big is it for you guys in New Salem to get back to the state championship, get back to the Dakota Bowl, and a chance to revenge that loss last year against Cavalier?
It is huge, absolutely huge. It's a feeling we've never felt before, and it's going to be a lot of fun to have that matchup again.
So celebrate that one this today, but it's going to be a big week next week.
Absolutely.
Congratulations. Great job tonight.
Thank you.
All right, TD. Great job by all these guys tonight. The excitement down here is pretty amazing. Flooded with the fans. Just great to be a part of it. Back up to you, buddy. Great win by New Salem.
Yeah, it's outstanding work there. Chuck Claremont on the sideline. You heard from head coach Steve Klein. You heard from Wyatt Kuhn. You heard from Ty Wolding as New Salem-Almont will get back to the Dakota Bowl looking for a state title. They won one back in 1986. That's the only state football title in the program's history, and so they'll have a chance next week at the Dakota Bowl. Take a time out. Our post-game brought to you by Shots Crossroads. Planning Team Financial Advisors rolls on. Shots Crossroads, get filled up on their delicious menu that includes the famous 99. Order online at shotscrossroads.com. When our post-game continues, we'll give you our MVP of the game, we'll give you our move of the game, and we'll update on all the scores and action around the state today and set up our schedule for next week, Friday at the Dakota Bowl from the Fargo Dome. Final score on your BNC Bank scoreboard. New Salem-Almont 30, North Prairie 26. Postgame rolls on the PSP network after this timeout.
All right, bring it up. Come on. Someone's got to call a play. All right, let's go. I right, zoom, spider 2, Y banana. You don't like that one? Okay. I right 40 power?
No.
You don't want that one either? All right, go kick off. Get out of here. Let's go.
First Western is your independent community bank with all the online conveniences you want and an experienced team you can count on.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
What you're witnessing actually happens. This is a sad story about bad math.
Bad math?
Does your online company include mounting?
You can't beat the online pricing.
When you have the mounting, the shipping, and all the extras, it's just simple math. We guarantee the lowest prices. Our Plus plan is simply better, a less expensive way to buy tires. Thinking tires? Think Tires Plus.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics. Vibetta Orthodontics is a certified Invisalign provider. Invisalign fits your budget and your lifestyle. Braces for children, teens, and adults with affordable monthly payments. Schedule your complimentary consultation and exam by logging on to VibettaOrthodontics.com or by calling 701-839-6010.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics.
Thriller today from New Salem. The Holsteins win it 30-26. Tip of the cap to North Prairie. They're going to finish their season at 10-1, and yeah, it's tough. You know, it's the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat, and you can see it on the faces of the North Prairie faithful as came a long ways down here to New Salem, and they laid it on the line today as you get a team like New Salem-Almont and a team like North Prairie going toe-to-toe, and there's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears on the field today here in New Salem.
You know, it's hard to be in the field seeing both sides.
Yep.
I mean, you see the flood of excitement and everything, but you can also feel behind me the cries, all those things going on the North Prairie side, and we're still watching Mears in just he's been in about a 30-second hug right now with somebody, maybe his mom, maybe his sister, somebody. It's hard to watch that.
Yep. Well, and hey, nobody knows it better than New Salem-Almont.
Yeah,
they felt the exact same thing a season ago. All right, Chuck, plenty to do here on our Shots Crossroads Planning Team Financial Advisors post-game show is Planning Team Financial Advisors helping clients work towards financial freedom, and Shots Crossroads, your post-game headquarters. Order online at shotscrossroads.com. Player of the game and the move of the game coming up, but first let's run through the final game numbers. Some individual efforts today that we got to recognize. Here's the thing I like. Here's A.J. Hines. You can see him on your screen just walking off to the left there. He's going over to shake hands with every one of those guys over at North Prairie.
No doubt, and he's just a class act completely, and he's looking out, I guarantee you, for Tosted.
Yeah.
He's tracking him down, and I can see them going to the middle now and giving big hugs, just kind of giving him props, saying,
thanks for the push today, buddy.
Yeah, pretty special matchup when you got two, just Goliath is going at it, battling like that. So for North Prairie, first of all, I mean, they dominated offensively, Todd. When you look at the stats, it's hard to believe that, and a great shot over here by John upstairs as you're getting a chance to see those two guys on camera here, but they dominated offensively. Crazy here is Nick Mears, he had 22 carries for 209 yards. He had 2 touchdowns tonight. Blake Matson had 73 yards on 16 carries. Mears 9 of 16, 146 passing. He had 2 touchdowns, also had 2 interceptions. Matson was the man, 6 catches for 130 yards and 2 touchdowns, a 13-yarder and a 17-yarder. So Mears he basically accounted for 4 touchdowns himself. And Mitchell Lease, he had 1 catch for 8 yards. Jeff Rosinski had 1 for 4, and Cole Henderson had 1 for 4 yards as well. On the other side, for the New Salem-Almont Holsteins, the stats don't tell at all. I mean, Norton, 15 carries, 57 yards. Ty Wolding, 9 carries, 45 yards. He had a 5-yard touchdown run. Wolding, 5 of 13 for 150, had a 79-yarder. That was a big one to Kuhn, and a 25-yarder early in the game. Talk about a game. Wyatt Kuhn, 4 catches for 137, 2 touchdowns, 25 yards, and 79 yards. And Brock Norton also had a catch for 13. Team stats, they're going to read these and you're going to think that North Prairie won, as they had 283 yards rushing to 92 for New Salem. They had 146 passing to 150 for New Salem. So they had 56 plays compared to 38 for New Salem, and 429 yards in total offense to 242 for New Salem. The big part to me, you got penalties, 6 penalties for 40 yards. There were some big ones. A big one was at the end of the game, towards the end of the game on that 5-yard, I don't know what it was, a procedure penalty, something. I'm not exactly sure what the call was, and I heard some other guys kind of talking about that, saying what exactly happened, but it doesn't matter. They call it a 5-yard penalty, again, reversed a first down that would have been inside the 15, and ultimately it was a couple penalties like that made or difference makers tonight. So dominant performance by North Prairie, but New Salem made the plays when they needed to. Those interceptions, the big one was down on the – well, there was both big ones. Let's
yeah.
hear it. Meyer makes the interception for a touchdown, the pick six, and then Klott makes the interception when North Prairie's driving for a touchdown. So
yeah, and had all the momentum.
Oh, completely. So just a great, fun football game to be here and to be a part of. And, man, the skies opened up. We just got dark to the east of us. I went down there like I was dressed for, the middle of winter, and all of a sudden I'm hot. So what a tremendous game tonight.
Yeah, there's your final game numbers brought to you by Schatz Crossroads and Planning Team Financial Advisors. And a couple things to take care of yet before we get to that BNC scoreboard update and our upcoming schedule. First off, it's our move of the game, brought to you by Jobbers Moving and Storage, where they focus on the details of the process and don't ever lose sight of the big pictures. Locations in Bismarck, Minot, Fargo, and Aberdeen. Find them online at jobberswarehouse.com. And our play of the game today, or move of the game, I beg your pardon, brought to you by Jobbers. A big pick six in that second half.
Yeah, it's got to be that one. I mean, there's three big plays: a 79-yarder to Kuhn, the big picks, the pick at the 3-yard line to kind of stop that one. But the change was that big pick six by Meyer as he steps in front of actually the ball was kind of thrown right to him, but great blocking along that right side, and ends up going 65 yards where we had it unofficially. It's somewhere between 60 and 70 yards anyway for a touchdown, and that turned it from a 24-20 lead to 30-20, and was just too much then for North Prairie, just out of reach. So that's our Jobbers Moving and Storage move of the game.
Move of the game brought to you by Jobbers Moving and Storage. The 65-ish interception pick six by Ethan Meyer that changed momentum in the football game, as Jobbers can help you move across town or across the country. Locations in Bismarck, Minot, Fargo, and Aberdeen. Here's the 9B bracket as both these games have gone final. New Salem-Almont, of course, here wins, and we'll have a new state champion in 9-man football in North Dakota as Litchville-Marion goes down today. Final score, Cavalier 34 and the Lobos 20. So it'll be New Salem-Almont and Cavalier for all the marbles next week at the Fargo Dome. In the 11B bracket, you get Velva defeating Hillsborough Central Valley 20-12 today. And the Squirrels. The Squirrels are going to be in the Dome 28-6 as they win it over Beulah today. So Central Cass and Velva Drake Animus for the 11B title. In 11AA, we'll have Century and Shanley. And in the 11A bracket, you will have Fargo North and Jamestown. There's your upcoming games. And, of course, we'll have live digital radio coverage next week of the Dakota Bowl. All the action. You won't miss a single play as you can join us for the 9:10 kickoff. The 11B matchup is first. 9B 20 minutes after that. 11A 20 minutes after that. And then the 11AA, Century and Fargo Shanley at about 6:40 next Friday from the Fargo Dome. All right, Chuck, last thing for us here is our player of the game brought to you by Sport Clips. They bring you the MVP of our matchup today. Sport Clips, home to the MVP haircut experience. And today's Sport Clips MVP, he was battered and bruised and bloodied, but he did it all for the Holsteins today.
Yeah, Wyatt Kuhn, what a game he played. Offensively, he was an absolute beast. 4 catches, 137 yards, had 2 touchdowns. The first one of the game, a 25-yarder, and then a 79-yard big play where he ran about 60 on an out pattern, maybe even more than that. And then defensively, I mean, he was an absolute beast. He made tackle after tackle, was in the place he needed to be, and hopefully you got a close-up. He had the bloody nose, the whatever he had in his nose. I mean, he was in a battle, you could tell, and he definitely deserves the Sport Clips MVP of the game, Wyatt Kuhn.
Oh, what a game. Boy, these semifinals in New Salem have treated us pretty well, as that's back-to-back years for us here on the PSP Network, as New Salem-Almont wins a thriller today, 30-26 over North Prairie. All right, that'll put a wrap on our broadcast. A huge thanks to all of our sponsors, including BNC National Bank. Our pregame sponsor is Shields. Our timeout sponsors, Hub International Insurance. Our Serve Pro Red Zone. Today's game brought to you in part by Premier Chiropractic, our intermission sponsors. Post-game show brought to you, as always, by Planning Team Financial Advisors, Schatz Crossroads. Our player of the game brought to you by Sport Clips, and our move of the game brought to you by Jobbers Moving and Storage. Also, a tip of the cap, you saw their ads playing throughout the course of the broadcast today. Sponsors from the New Salem area did indeed help make this broadcast possible today. Great job by our executive producer setting the stage for us, for our camera operator today, John Samuelson, and my partner today, Chuck Claremont. Todd Domrey's repeating your final score. New Salem-Almont 30, North Prairie 26. And the cattle trailer is going to be hauled all the way over to the Fargo Dome. Here you see it. This was the pregame as New Salem-Almont busted out of the cattle trailer, and they win this one today by 4 over a very game North Prairie football team today. They're going to let them into the, I wonder if they'll let them have the, last time the New Salem was there in 1986, they only let them park it outside.
Yeah,
so
I don't think it's going to happen.
We'll see if the cattle trailer gets into the dome today.
I don't think there's new management, TD.
I don't think there is either. All right, that'll put a wrap on it today. 30-26 is your final score. Thanks for joining us, fans, and until next time, so long from New Salem, North Dakota.
This broadcast on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by
All right, bring it up. Come on. Someone's got to call a play. All right, let's go. I right, zoom, spider 2, Y banana. You don't like that one? Okay. I right, 40 power? No. Don't want that one either? All right, go kickoff. Get out of here. Let's go.
First Western is your independent community bank with all the online conveniences you want and an experienced team you can count on.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
What you're witnessing actually happens. This is a sad story about bad math.
Bad math?
Does your online company include mounting?
You can't beat the online pricing.
When you add the mounting, the shipping, and all the extras, it's just simple math. We guarantee the lowest prices. Our Plus plan is simply better, a less expensive way to buy tires. Thinking tires? Think Tires Plus.
Great smiles come from Vibetta Orthodontics. Vibetta Orthodontics is a certified Invisalign provider. Invisalign fits your budget and your lifestyle. Braces for children, teens, and adults with affordable monthly payments. Schedule your complimentary consultation and exam by logging on to VibettaOrthodontics.com or by calling 701-839-6010.
Great smile.